the shells. We're coming out of the shells.
Coming out of my shell and I've been doing just fine. Gotta be down cause I need taglines.
Oh, you've been holding on to that one?
Yeah, again, as I was driving over here thinking about it.
Yes, we do have one tagline.
Yay!
One tagline for this, okay?
Let's hear it.
Count on us.
What? What? Count on us to what? Deliver the show? Or what?
This is a Sesame Street production.
Count on us. Yes, that's it. Which is
that
what? That's April's song in this, right?
Oh, that's right.
She said,
Yeah.
count on us.
Count on us. That was the mystical lesson that she was taught.
By
Yeah.
who? I don't know.
I don't know. She said, they taught me this song in the beginning of our friendship, but I was like, okay.
We are in for one of our... I'm so excited for this. So here we go with the countdown, guys. Coming out of our shells with 10 songs, 4 humanoid mutant turtles, 1 humanoid mutant rat, and 1 death with a 3.6 on IMDb. It's 1990s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Coming Out of Our Shells Tour Live. Let's drop some bombs. Let's kick some foot.
That's why we're here and we're telling you true. We're coming out of our shells. Now we're coming.
Does the phrase when the Cubs win the pennant mean anything to you?
No, actually it doesn't.
It means no way, Jose.
Yeah. What's your name? Huh? Peter? Is that your sister? Friend? Huh? Cousin? What's the matter? Couldn't get a date? Jeez.
Welcome to Bonds Away, the only podcast recorded inside a projection booth. My name is Jonathan Young. Joining me inside the studio, as always, is Mr. Vicente Morales.
Cowabunga, dude.
And Mr. Tyler Rowe.
I was gonna say Cowabunga Dude too. I couldn't think of anything else.
They did the whole lesson.
Street Sharks are better.
We're going to go on and on about it.
Hey, they would have made a headbanger because they were into metal. So
They would have ate the foot. Devoured them. Well, the show's over.
It just would have been the Jaws theme, like dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun. We're from the streets. We're from the streets. We shouldn't be sharks, but we're from the streets.
Instead of
I knew nothing about the street sharks.
an anti-violence little speech, they go like, global warming, guys. Save our home, please.
our waters are too hot.
And by the way, I have dementia. It affects 1 out of the 4 members of this group.
It's time. We're gonna write Street Sharks the musical.
Oh, shit.
To fight with dementia?
Why?
Because it's worth it.
Might as well after this.
It will reach tens of people.
Yes. Guys, welcome to 100 episodes.
Whoa. 100.
100. You guys made it.
We did.
Wow, I can't believe we've already been on 100 episodes.
I know. I feel like the other Aunt Vive and Will Print.
Aunt Viv in Fresh Prince.
It's Fresh Prince. It's like the ant just changed. Nobody said anything. I was
Yeah.
like, yes.
No, we addressed this. It's not like the last time we kicked somebody off the show.
Yeah, fucking Jarrett.
What? That's so.
I know. That's the joke I'm making.
So
Thank
this
you.
is the I wanted to do something just off the wall. Like I wanted to do something crazy, right? And we had talked about a couple different ideas. Well, first was originally supposed to be the Wheel of Cage,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And due to some technical issues behind the scenes, that one's been put on hold, right? So I was like, well, what can we do? And for straight up transparency reasons, because actually people have asked, being like, how do you pick them, right? And I showed Tyler my process sometimes, right?
God.
I didn't get a chance to show you because you weren't on the last shorties, right?
Yeah.
Is that first I go, okay, what holidays are coming up and what's attached to that, right?
Yeah.
Once I get all those like little things out of the way, like holidays, I'll do things for like back to school, spring break, like all these kind of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I go, okay, what are the gaps still that aren't being filled by like a live show at this point, right?
Yeah.
And then I just go, okay, I have 1 or 2 gaps, right? And then I'll literally go into my database of over like 1,200 movies.
It is so many movies.
Yeah.
To the point where actually I did the math, like we could actually keep this show running for about 19 years.
All right. So you better save up to put that one Bombs Away kid to college.
Yeah.
By the time we finish.
Just one of our children.
One of our children.
And I'll take and I'll highlight the entire list and I'll hit randomize all, right? And whatever's at the top of the list.
Are you serious?
Right?
That's what you do?
Whatever's at the top of the list gets put on a list, right? And I do this 10 times.
Okay.
Just because
Yeah,
like
yeah.
maybe the first time isn't going to be the best hit, but I'll literally just roll the dice 10 times, and on that list, I'll narrow it down to 10, and I'll go, and I'll watch the trailers if I've never even watched a trailer for it, and I'll go, I like that one. And that's about it.
Wow.
Here's where the rabbit hole gets deeper. All of the movies in this 1,200 movie list, Jonathan has categorized as like, this is a Grindhouse movie. This is a holiday-related movie. This is something we should keep maybe for a live show. This is like, man's obsessed. This is just like this endless Excel sheet.
Yep. Just an Excel spreadsheet just
Yeah.
full of bad movies.
Now, I've seen the sheet, but I didn't know that was your process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With all the color coordination.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's done by like the actual year, like as well, so
Yeah,
that I don't stay in a certain decade too long on the show.
Yeah.
That's also a decade and genre. And it used to be, but I stopped doing it because it didn't quite matter anymore. It didn't affect my decision. It used to also have, it still has the columns, but I don't consider them at all, is Rotten Tomato scores and IMDb scores. That used to go into effect of being like, oh, this is a really bad one, you know?
Yeah.
But then I just started being like, that nobody cares about that.
They're
merit.
all bad.
Yeah, they're all bad. Yeah, so that's that. And then there is an extra column where I put in like listener request or anybody who's come up to me and thrown in an actual request, because that means it's out in the world as something that somebody wants to hear, and that's important to me as well. So like that's the process, right? So we went through for our 100th episode here, and I said, okay, what do we want to do? And we did this, right? And we actually didn't come up with anything substantial.
Yeah, we went through the process and we chose this instead.
Yeah. Yeah. It was between this and the Star Wars holiday special. And before you go, wait, I totally want that more. Hold on, guys. Because I realized that the Star Wars holiday special, like one of the things I do, and it is coming up in 2 months, is we do a May the 4th celebration as well. Last year we did the Ewoks Caravan of Courage.
Okay.
Right? And I went, whoa, okay, a year from now, I'm not going to really have anything for May the 4th, right? Because this year we're going to do the sequel to Caravan of Courage, Battle for Endor, right?
Yes.
So I was like, oh, next year I'm not going to have anything. So boom, you guys got just the biggest announcement like a future episode right there.
Stick around for May of 2020.
That's right. Right? Maybe we should do the holiday special for the opening of Star Wars Land.
Phase 1.
Which would be the same month.
Same month. Yeah.
No, we'll do it for Phase 2. So get ready for 2022 Phase 2. When finally Rise of the Resistance opens to the public and another 6-hour line.
Hell yeah.
Bro, we're ahead of schedule. Didn't you?
And you can
Did you read the press release?
and you can listen to the podcast while you wait in line.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
You can listen to 5 episodes before you make it to the front.
Jesus Christ.
You can listen to an episode when you start at the gate. And then as you make your way through Adventureland, through Frontier Town, and up through the entrance, then maybe.
Yeah. Damn, son.
Yeah.
And then when you get to the front, it'll break down, and then you can listen to more episodes as
Hell
you
yeah.
re-queue 6 hours later.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jonathan almost fell out of his chair.
I did. It's trying to stretch.
It's a constant thing with you.
So, we decided on this. And it wasn't really a we. Actually, we had been sitting on the holiday special for like a week now, right?
Yeah,
and then I was like, wait a minute. Like,
Literally 2 days ago.
yeah,
You're
I was
"Wait a
like,
minute."
hold the phone, right? I totally forgot about this, and I had posted a clip, and it was actually a clip of Guns N' Roses Master Splinter, just Axl Rose Splinter, Skipping Stones, which we'll get into, right?
Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door.
There was in our first year. There was something, somebody was doing a hashtag, basically VH September, right? And basically you had to post a VHS clip from something related to the category of the day. It was like 30 days, right? And one was like best, like, or like, just a clip of a live show from a VHS, right? And I'd known about this, and I was like, oh, I want to do all bad versions of whatever their categories are.
Yeah.
And I found this clip, right? And just fell in love with Axl Splinter. Like, I just love this part, right? So I came to you and I was like, look, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
So guys, welcome to the 100th episode. I know it's a long explanation for it, but welcome to Coming Out of Our Shells.
Coming in our shells.
It's all about coming out. That's what the whole point.
Yes, gay icons, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I honestly think that a percentage of the audience was, misled at what is going on in this show. Just by
Well,
the
I mean,
title.
they were sold a bad bill of goods before they even walked in the door.
You know what I'm saying?
The audience looks a lot more full until they turn the lights on, and then you realize that there's like a lot of empty
Yeah, they
seats.
should not cut to the audience ever in this, because then,
It
yeah.
is a group of frustrated, bored, bewildered, or just utterly confused moms that agree to go as groups, and they just look like...
I actually disagree. It looks like to me the moms are having more fun
They're
than
having
the
a blast.
children. They're
No,
up there like cheering.
Okay, maybe I just saw one Indian-looking mom that looked like I don't know what I'm staring at.
Because she didn't,
Yeah,
Yeah.
because no one did.
right?
It was a fever dream.
Well, because, all right, so there's this comes out at you in sections, right? There are bullet points here that we're gonna have to really get to.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And first off, okay, let's dive in. The video starts off with what gave me a headache. I was getting dizzy with this intro of just like, it was clips of like roadies loading in road cases.
Yeah, they're really trying to make it look like it's a like an actual like
Concert
live
tour.
concert tour, live
Right?
recording of a concert.
The combination of what this was as a pay-per-view event, it
Mhm.
wanted to give you the feeling of a wrestling match, a concert, even almost to a sense of a boxing thing that goes to different segments that we're going to go to. But that whole vibe of the black and white and, faceless people.
That was
the
like Eddie
action,
Murphy delirious.
and it made you feel like, oh, get ready, get geared up. It's really going to be, one of those types of adult shows. And then somebody edited in an amusement park show that's going on that you want to do in between the heat going down.
I always
Yeah.
love in these kind of ticket like intros, like whether it be for a stand-up comedian or whatever. Like, there's always this like exchange of cash at the turnstiles.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? Like, people were just like, here's the money right here at the ticket turnstile. And, like, what does that symbolize? Like, we're making money.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Like-
giving us your money.
Right?
Wish
And
you're going to have that back.
what's weird is most of these, like, those kind of intros also show, like, people, like, pointing at a T-shirt and buying a T-shirt.
Yeah.
There was actually no sale of merch,
No.
like, in this intro.
No, yeah.
Right?
But everyone had He-Man swords in the freaking in the audience for some reason.
Right? Oh, it's just like at the beginning of Ghostbusters 2
Yeah.
when they want to see He-Man more.
I'm gonna be honest. This film. No, I think that's a loose term for it. This
It's just a promotional VHS of a pay-per-view event.
This pay-per-view event filled me with an existential dread of just like, shit, man, I'm gonna have to take my kids to this kind of shit.
Exactly.
Well,
And I'm
no,
gonna be-
When I saw the first shot of the parents, I was like, oh my God.
Okay, but
These
think
children aren't there by themselves. Our parents that lost a bet or were like, no, you're
so
taking them.
this
You're the
doesn't
one.
happen that often anymore.
It does a lot though.
With like Sesame Street Live.
Well, I have a ton of friends who work
Yo
on
Gabba
tour.
Gabba was the whole phase of that.
Yeah. But I have a bunch of friends that work on tour
And the
of
Wiggles.
touring shows for like Disney on Ice and
Well, that's what I'm
Marvel
saying.
superheroes.
They're the only two, and if you have to go to that, I don't think that's that bad.
No, it's actually pretty good. I saw
Yeah.
it, but still, like, my kids are. You know, I was thinking more like, man, I'm gonna have to take my kids to go see like Wonder Park or some shit like that in the theaters.
I wonder how that's doing.
This Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles coming out of their shells in the 1990s is actually a symptom of the entertainment that's trying to happen at that time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it even echoes Michael Eisner, who's trying to monopolize as much as possible that
On,
kind
like,
of
the
live
youth
entertainment.
and teen
Yeah.
aspect of
just
it.
because of his son. But this is actually a contemporary of what they're trying to do with that kind of marketed entertainment, where they're trying to bring kids to live events and make it more interactive with them. Just bring youth in. Make it a concert, but / buy my merch.
Sure.
And listen to every tagline and marketing plug that I can throw at you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which I actually thought there was going to be more.
I did too. But
Like-
the ones that were so...
I was like, did
Not
Almond
subtle.
Joy pay you?
Yeah. They
Like-
kept saying catchphrases full of like plugs for
Yeah.
companies.
Being like, I didn't know, because that's a big problem with this, is that like they are throwing out jokes that are too old for kids, but like too dumb for adults.
Yeah, no, there was jokes where like none of the kids were laughing, and I was sitting there and I was like, did I miss something?
Yeah.
It's like,
No, you did not.
this sucks.
So, they're like, ladies and gentlemen, the Turtles, right?
They come out of the ground,
Right.
Which is that was kind of a cool entrance.
So yeah, all four of them have like platforms underneath the stage that they just come out of the stage, like on lift platforms, right?
Yeah.
And that might, you're right. That might be the coolest thing. That and like Shredder's like intro.
Yeah.
That was sick, right? But that's it. That's the thing is, okay, so they come up at a stage, right? And they're dressed questionably.
They look like shit.
I don't know why they're wearing bedazzled vests. Like, I want to know that. Like,
I actually at first we should put a picture on the Instagram, but I at first thought they were wearing Confederate flag belt buckles because of the way that they looked with like the X. I was like, oh wow.
No, that was literally just whatever color that their bandana is.
Yeah.
That was like a hoodie wrapped around their, which is weird because that hoodie, right, makes them look like they don't have any pants on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they look nude.
Right?
But you can see the underside of their shell through their crotch, so they don't have pants on.
Right, but which would be acceptable if they were dressed like they normally are. But somehow tying a hoodie around your waist implies that now that you have a vest on, you have a hoodie around your waist, but you have nothing but leg warmers on.
yes.
Oh, dude.
You look like the end result of Flashdance.
Yeah. No, when Donatello comes up, his dick's actually hanging out.
Oh, okay.
His turtle dick.
It got caught. It got caught right there.
Parents were not too happy. it was Gremlins 2 all over.
It's coming out of my shell.
Yeah, it did. But
coming in my shell.
but they have no
It used to be
shells.
called hanging out of our shell.
But they have no shells. So what's the deal with that?
They came out of them.
Right? I mean, they
were the
they
shells
took
gonna
it
mess
literally.
with the acoustics of their, of their careers?
Well, it's funny. So they have no shells in the actual live show, but then when they cut back to what is supposed to be them,
like backstage
Yeah, the
footage.
back-
backstage,
backstage
it's
footage.
different costumes
And they-
with shells,
And those costumes look more like the movie version.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? They look like a cheap knockoff version of the movie versions, but they still look better than these like coked out looking versions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so
they
weird
do.
because it's like these costumes, the ones I'm talking about for the backstage footage, look like shit. They
Right.
look like knockoff shit of the movies, but
Right.
then the costumes that they're using on stage are like knockoff shit of the knockoff shit. It's just like
Okay.
And I forget which ones look like they got spray painted with black spots all over them.
all of them.
All of them, right?
Oh, the black spots originally that I remember were from like part 2.
Are you talking about like Michelangelo's liver spots that he has on his
Yeah,
head?
they'll have liver spots.
Right.
It's
No,
like-
that's the ones on stage.
Okay,
Yes,
okay,
right?
that's the
Okay,
on-stage one.
so I got something for you. I didn't require you guys to watch it, but I started watching it. But I also didn't finish it, so I don't know how it ends, right? But
Terribly.
in the making of coming out of their shells, right? It's a video in which they sit there that like people pretend to be the producers of the live show being like, yo, some people came to me and was like, yo, there's these turtles and they're hot right now, right? And they like pretend that this is like a real band, right? And the turtles in that version of the making of are those backstage ones on stage performing these songs as if like they were the prototypes and like it was like too hard to like dance or work out or something went wrong, right? So in that video, it's showing that version with where they have like a star in their eye, like their kiss.
Yeah. Well, the other thing that was weird is like their costumes are completely different.
Yeah. So basically, it's like they did that. They pre-filmed the backstage footage, and for some reason, whether it be animatronics or something, which I have to say, in the beginning, impressive. And then they seem to stop working halfway
Yeah,
through.
they were just like,
I
whatever.
feel
who
like
cares?
this entire event, this pay-per-view event, was like a dress rehearsal, doesn't it?
It
like
did.
there's not enough dancers.
No, there's like 3 at most.
It's just 3 dudes that like
Yeah.
go from like being like I'm a dancing pizza boy to I'm a dancing scantily clad military man to I'm the Foot Clan,
yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
This is actually what Elizabeth Berkley's character from Showgirls was doing before she moved to Las Vegas. She was coming out of our shell dancer.
But oh yeah, that's right because there I didn't put in the intro.
No, it was the guy, James.
Yeah.
He was one of the turtles.
This is what he said. Yeah, I've been to New York. I was dancing. That was him.
I was a turtle.
Right?
They got towels.
Hey, Turtles, I got this new song for you. It's called Fucking Without Fucking.
I wrote this number just for you, baby.
Coming in my shell.
Interspecies relationship.
So, yes, their first song is what you heard in our intro, Coming Out of Our Shells. Right? What's so funny? It's so dumb.
It's so dumb.
Right?
And it's, I don't know, they start with, like, the most lackadaisical, like, number
All
they
of it
could
is,
have.
though.
It's
But
pretty bad.
The one, there's a couple that are kind of like, in terms of everything else in this, like bangers that are like a good thing to lead off with. But like, imagine if you went to a show and they were like, "Hey, thank you, we're blah blah blah, and here's our slowest song." It's just
Right
like,
now.
Yeah, it's like, yay! Yeah!
and one of the turtles won't stop being like, "Thank you, we're glad to be here."
That's
Thank you,
okay.
we're
So
glad to be here.
Michelangelo,
Yes.
I did write this. I was like, Mikey is just screaming, "We love you, thank you," and no one is responding.
Yeah.
And there is a point where he's like, "We love you, thank you," and Donatello just shakes his head at the lack of response,
Yeah.
and like waves his hand like, "Fuck this," and walks backwards towards the drum set again.
God.
So,
Also, I can't remember which turtle it is, but they literally sound like they're voiced by that comedian Jeff Ross. It's just like it's.
Well, the only 2 voice actors for Leonardo and Splinter were the original from the 1987 film.
Oh,
in this,
Yeah.
oh yeah, Leonardo did sound
Yeah,
the
because
same.
if you hear Leonardo
Leonardo
he-
sounded the same
yeah.
as his cartoon version.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, I never
It's
watched.
just
Well,
like,
I mean-
it's just like Conroy.
I mean, you
with-
can only
with,
get one white dude to do a racist Asian impression.
Yeah.
Turtles.
Turtles. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna throw this out here. This is I just realized, first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles thing I have ever watched.
What?
Movie, TV show, anything like that.
Oh,
Yeah, I just realized
Dude,
right
we
now.
got to do Secret of the Ooze live.
Yeah, no, I've like I always joke about. I was a Street Sharks kid.
Shredder on roids, right?
Oh, we got to do part 3.
It's right there. Except I have seen 10-inch Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is
Oh, no.
far superior to this.
Please, no.
The costumes look a lot better.
Wait, is that when
So-
the time traveling staff and they go back in
Oh,
time?
part 3?
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
thought you meant the
Yeah,
porn. I was like, no,
No,
that's when
no.
they fuck.
I mean, there is
Casey-
a staff, but it's not
Casey-
time traveling.
Casey Jones with his British accent.
Yeah, Casey Jones is back from the first one.
Yeah.
So, that's another thing. Like, this doesn't follow the movies.
No, it's inconsequential. It's just a thing.
Right.
I don't know. They just like decided in the middle of like their crime fighting that they're going to be rock stars
Okay,
as well.
Well, that's what they say after this first number too. Is basically just like, hey, so like we realized that like I was banging on a trash can and he was banging on a pipe, and we were like, we're really good at this. Let's make a band, right? Which literally is the opposite of being a fucking ninja.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
the
like-
thing about it that a lot of it was cut out was all the prep and all the videos that were at the concert. It shows them underground
yeah.
writing these songs on pizza boxes, and that's when they start their promotion for Pizza Hut promoted.
Oh,
all
that's right.
this.
This was sponsored by Pizza Hut.
Yeah, and they've had a long-standing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Pizza Hut are synonymous with one
Yeah.
another. But it's like they thought, oh well, we could do this. Let's come out of the sewer from the underground. You know, these are underground artists. They kept using these sort of like ridiculous
Straight out of the
metaphors,
sewer.
You know.
Crazy motherfucker named
Right?
Donatello.
But we were establishing, John, you're a fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right?
Yeah.
You would, but you're
I
pretty
mean,
aware.
He-Man's the big thing.
No, I'm a huge fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Sure.
So, see, having you subject me to watch this, I was just like, man, really? I must have been a child to actually.
Did you know
accept-
that there are like 2 like kind of sequels following this
Yes.
that like
Yeah.
share the same costumes?
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
One's
There-
like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Christmas.
yeah.
The Christmas one with the Jamaican accent. I don't know why he has it. It was atrocious. And then they did like a lot of like PSAs where it's like stranger danger or something like
Oh,
that.
we're
there's
gonna do
also-
that. The cartoon version where it's like literally like Alf and He-Man and they
Yeah.
all get together. That was in the running too.
There's
here.
also Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles live at Live Aid. But it got cut because they put Queen in instead, which I think was a bad decision in my opinion.
The lower budget show, which is this Coming to Your Town.
what coming on your tail.
Yeah.
The secret of that ooze.
Getting down in your town. Sorry. Getting down in your town.
Getting down on your town.
Getting down in your brown in your town.
You know, getting down in your town basically is this show.
Casey-
Can you believe this? It's this
Casey
show.
Bones.
It's this show with Casey Jones, but even half the budget, less set pieces, and no foot soldiers.
Shredder was trying to get down on someone's mom.
Oh,
in
we'll
the
get there.
audience.
We'll get there. Hold on. So another thing that is weird is that like they're wearing these all white tennis shoes, right? Which turtles they've always just worn their feet.
The
Like,
feet probably looked like shit though, so they were just like,
Yeah.
yeah, let's not even worry about it.
And-
And it's probably hard to dance in if we're being completely honest.
yeah,
If
probably.
you call what they did dancing.
Well, another thing that's weird is they're wearing head mics, but they also have like
They're holding
regular
microphones.
microphones.
Yeah. Which is also funny because it's pre-recorded dialogue. So
Right.
like I know you need to uphold the illusion, but like it's pre-recorded dialogue and they have 2 microphones in their hands. That's just silly. It just looks dumb.
Oh, so at this point, they say this line where they're like, we love music, and you know what? The toys that you get to play with, and they referred to instruments. They were like, we love our instruments, and the toys you get to play with are way cooler than any weapon you'd get to use.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like,
PSA.
I would argue not at all. Like, I'm sorry, I love musical instruments, but I'm not even pro-gun, and guns would be cooler.
Yeah.
If somebody gave me a nunchuck versus, like, a Casio keyboard, I would take that nunchuck and I would beat the keyboard.
Some guy broke into my house and I just strummed a G chord and he left.
Yeah, but that's what they say, almost as if it's like, you're not going to see any weapons in this show. Sorry, kids. We've taken the core thing that is us and fucked it up.
Yet, in the audience, like I said, there are tons of children with, like, He-Man swords and nunchucks. And they're just like, damn. No violence.
Right? And this is where they, like, start a song, right? But then the song is like, no, cut the Master Splinter.
Yeah.
And he's just like in the back, looking like he's up on stage at a Chuck E. Cheese.
This whole thing.
That's what
No,
Master
he
Splinter
looks like,
like.
he looks like Chuck E. Cheese's grandpa who showed up in his bathrobe. And
Yeah.
he's all like, you got 5 minutes on stage. Oh, then let me on stage. I'm going to sing my song.
Is this when they first show him, like, mentoring them, like, in the
Yes.
sewer, and there's a shot as they're panning around them where I don't know what was going on, but one of the turtles, the second turtle from the right, his mouth is just agape for some reason. It's just wide open, like,
And it's just the way
it
he
was
says
so
it.
scary.
You can reach out and touch people
Yeah.
with your music.
Listen, Finding Neverland told me you can't do that.
So when they're cutting to this backstage footage, basically what they're cutting to is what the audience is seeing on the left and right of the stage on like
Yeah.
20 CRT, like 10-inch monitors put together to make one screen.
Yeah, it looks
I
like
was like, you guys don't have projection screens at like Radio City Music Hall?
It looked like the inside of the Warner Brothers store from back in the, remember when those were everywhere and they just had that big wall of TVs?
I
It
do
just-
remember those
it-
stories,
it-
man.
It looks like what the Arbiter has to watch in the Matrix.
Quid pro quo.
Vis-a-vis.
Vis-a-vis. Quid pro quo.
Yeah.
But that's like the aesthetic. That's kind of like that, like underground, like cool, like that's cool. Who wants a big TV when you can have 20 small ones?
Right? So that's what I guess the kids are watching when there needs to be some sort of
But there is a
changeover.
projection screen as well.
I didn't see it.
Oh no, never mind. That's just like a video and video thing at the top of the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's so that,
That so you can
we
see
can
what's going
understand
on.
what
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
seeing.
yeah.
So now, I thought to myself, I wrote, I want to find every single child out there who's now an adult that they gave a close up and see how they feel. Because this is where the first child that they get is straight up like these giant Coke bottle glasses, like embraces poor girl. This poor girl.
Oh yeah, big
is
fucking
just like,
nerd.
because she's just like, yeah. Right? Which is also funny. There's a moment later on that Shredder is like, yo, who wants a New Kid on the Block tape? And somebody just straight up is like, ah! Right? And then he's like, too bad they fucking broke up. as if somebody who had just lost their wits end just was being offered a better performance.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they were like, I love that.
Well, now that you brought up Shredder and then him talking, kids and stuff like that, let's introduce the character Kip. He's the one interviewing the audience. He's like, he's just.
But he
writing
doesn't
one line.
come into the intermission.
And no, you think he doesn't, but he did before. It wasn't edited into this VHS. It was
Okay.
in the pay-per-view. And I'm going to read you just a back and forth
Okay.
between it. It's like, so Kip's interviewing a random kid during this time, right? And doesn't Shredder scare you a little bit? Random boy. No! Kip, boy, he scares me. What does he even look like? He looks kind of silly, doesn't he? Random boy.
I like turtles.
better in the movie. Kip reports, oh, you did? They did not edit that in. And that was like caught live.
I don't know, just that exchange reminds me of, there's this old Disney World commercial where these kids are packing and this kid's telling his younger brother about like what it's like to like go to Disney World and meet the characters. And he's like, yeah, Goofy's huge. It's like, his brother's like, whoa. And he's like, he's so big, he could beat up Dad. Just sit there and like, yeah, let's get Goofy and Dad in a fight.
It's like, Dad, take him down.
No, dude.
No!
I love when there's kids out there that are straight up realist.
Yeah.
Have I told you about my friend?
No.
Yes,
and their
you did.
child?
Yes.
So it's a nice antidote, right?
Okay.
And it flows into this of just being like, nah, I'm breaking the fourth wall here. Like, it doesn't matter. So, my friends from back in Baltimore, they came and saw me, right? And this was for Christmas. And they were like, oh, we want to come and see the park, and we're bringing the kids this time, because they usually came and saw me alone. And they brought the kids, and we have one kid who is like 9 or 10, right? And one of those kids that just straight up like hangs on you, just puts all their weight, their body weight, where you're like, get the fuck off, you know, where you're just like, God, like, stand up on your own, you know, like those kids that just like hang on your arm or just like dangle off you, and you're like, God damn it, right? So you got that kind of kid, right? And he's the whiny one, right, as well. Just like, I don't wanna, right? Then you have this other kid who's like 5 or 6, and his name's Bradley, and I immediately took to Bradley, one, because that's my middle name, right?
You represent.
Yeah, right?
Oh, okay.
Which is the funniest part about that is the first time I met this kid, right? It was like, your name's Bradley? I was like, my name's Bradley. And he goes, no, so?
Damn.
So that's the level of what this kid, like, coming out of the bat. First time I met him was like, first he was like, so? And then I was like, no, it really was. And he goes, no, it isn't. Right, and he must have been like 4 at that point, right? So this is like 2 years later, and he comes to the park, right? And this kid is just every ride that we went on, right? First ride, like Space Mountain, right? And you'd be like, "What'd you think of that?" Right? And straight up, like he was like the Emperor, like he was Joaquin Phoenix in Gladiator. Took his thumb, was pointing up in the air, and then twisted it down. Right? It was like, what? That was my favorite ride. Right? Nothing. We go on a couple others, right? What'd you think of that? Meh, right? Like all the best rides, right?
Yeah.
Finally get the Big Thunder, right? And that's actually the one he liked, right? But I had to find a way to be like, what? You had to start phrasing it differently, or else he was just going to be like this the whole time, right? I had to be like, what did you like about that ride? Not like, did you or didn't you?
Yeah.
Like, what did you like? Then he would have to answer creatively, right? So that's the kind of kid we were dealing with all day, right? But then we get to the end of the night. Here's fireworks. He's in his mom's arms, right? And I love this so much, right? His mom, it starts doing our like snow on Main Street, right?
Yeah.
And it's just snow machines, right? It's just
Yeah.
like it's bubbles,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it's coming down, and she's like, "Ooh, Bradley, look at all the snow." And he straight up like grabs her by the cheeks, like the face, and he just goes, "Mom, it's fake." I love this kid so much, right? So like to hear your story about just being like, yeah, this shredder looked like shit.
He did.
I don't know what this was.
No, it's like I read that they specifically designed his mask so people wouldn't be thrown off that they can't see him actually say the things he had to say on stage.
But you still couldn't.
Yeah.
It's like
Literally, his
Shredder-
mouth was covered
Shredder-
in the same areas that normal Shredder mask would be.
Well, no, I think it also played into the fact that it's not the same person playing him in the videos, so
Yeah.
they had to cover his mouth as well.
But
so
his mouth is always covered.
I know, but it's just weird. Man.
It's just like a weird way.
no,
because
the-
normally he has almost like up to his nose. He has like
Sure.
this whole thing. He just looked like he had a grill.
Yeah, you just
like
have
a
this-
screen,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a flat screen that came
So he
down.
couldn't spit on the kids.
But
Yeah.
movie Shredder has more of a grill. Like you can actually see his mouth
he has-
through the ventilation.
He has more like an Optimus Prime sort of like the whole thing in his face.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, this was just weird, and it was like he had like a half moon on his helmet.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on, but we're not there yet. So
Okay.
hold on, because
Yeah.
Shredder is my favorite.
He's
thing
the
of the
only
entire
good
thing.
part.
Yeah,
And it's not even that good.
it's the best part because it's the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at this point, they sing their second song, right? And here's a little sample of this one, Pizza Power.
a scene from the parrot. Believe me when I tell you the word gourmet just don't exist. But piece of power, a flying saucer food delight. Piece of power, oh, that's what makes us feel alright.
Yeah.
God. And see, that's what I was saying about like they could have like led off with like a banger with like Pizza Power, but instead
that
they
one's
just like
not that,
no, that
right?
that one's pretty fun.
No.
He's like, no, it wasn't good.
No.
It's fake.
It's better than
It's way better.
Coming out of our shells.
Coming out of our shells. This one has more of a better rhyme scheme right out the bat.
It has a good beat to
Right.
it. It's much more up tempo and fun.
It is more entertaining.
Right? And they get the audience engaged, like immediately being like, what's the thing we fucking like the most? And they're like, fucking pizza! Right? And they're like, all right, let's sing about it then.
And they
Right?
sing. There's one of my favorite moments in the Pizza Power song though is they're singing it and then they keep turning to the audience to get audience participation as if these children have ever fucking heard this song before.
Yeah, if it's a premiering
Pizza
show.
Power. They put the
Yeah,
mic
it-
out.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's
they
like,
just-
it's
yeah.
quiet.
It's
You
not,
guys! They're like,
it's not
never
like the-
heard this.
It's not like these songs were like pre-released so that everybody knows what's gonna happen. and
Yeah.
we're
I
I
there
think
to
they would have
sign.
at least played the theme song
Yeah.
from the show.
I was
Right?
thinking, like,
Yeah.
do you think Chuck Lorre wrote this music too? He's like, it's like someday I'm gonna make a show about 2.5 Men.
We built the pyramids.
Oh no! Who'da
Hey,
known?
you leave bare naked ladies alone.
They performed at a Super Bowl party that I worked at, and literally nobody showed up for their entire set until they played the Big Bang Theory theme song, and then people showed up.
No,
Yeah.
I've
That's,
okay.
It's Ben.
Yeah, but okay. They when one of their lead singers actually got a drug problem and had to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's when I stopped listening as well. So like they've never been the same.
Yeah.
Right. They're actually coming to Hollywood Bowl with Hootie and the Blowfish this summer.
Jesus Christ, that's an atrocious lineup.
My
Who else is going to be there?
God.
Counting Crows? Dave Matthews?
Vertical Horizon.
All I want to be is you. Crash into me.
Oh man.
Shit.
Right? But who does Man in the Box? Allison James.
Yeah. I'm the dog that gets kick beat.
Yeah, kick beat.
Kick and beat.
Yeah. Stab my nose in shit.
I saw Alice in Chains probably like 11 years ago. They were awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, their lead singer's dead, so it's a different guy. But
Oh, okay.
it's still great.
Oh, yeah. It's like seeing Journey now. That's weird.
Oh fuck Journey! God, I hate Journey so much.
So,
Welcome to the Music Review Podcast.
hey, it works for this one. I
That
mean,
is true,
We are
yeah.
talking about like things that like are in this vein, right? So,
Yeah.
like, this song is a better song,
Yeah.
right, to open with. But does have its weirdness. Like, there are extremely effeminate pizza boys dancing around.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to say fairy pizza boys, but I just did. Because they are doing ballet.
Yeah.
They're doing points.
It's really funny because
Right?
it's like this song also kind of has like a hip hop beat
There's
behind
a
it
hip-hop
too.
and more of like talking about power and masculinity.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
And there's two pizza boys like delivering
Twirling.
their pizzas, being like, "Here's your pizzas. Do you want a little slice?"
They look like pizza delivery boys in like a gay porno. It's just
really was.
because they got like open vests, don't they?
Yeah,
Yeah,
pizza
they do.
power. Do you want a pizza ass?
Here's your big sausage pizza.
Yeah, they are straight up like the really tight, like red denim jeans.
Yeah, and there's only like 3 of them.
There's two.
Two.
Oh, there's only 2 in this
Only
one. That's right.
two.
That's
Only-
right.
only-
And they're just
two.
dancing around each other
Yeah.
as the turtles are like in front of them.
Yeah, it's weird.
It is super
This
weird.
entire show has very weird, like spatial stage awareness.
There's so much stage with nothing happening.
There's literally the show either takes place downstage center or like upstage like center. That's it. No one really goes to like the wings or anything like that. It's just all center stage, just like chunks, and it's really weird.
Yeah, this is a stage show in which like I feel like when they came in, they're like, can we rent like just the first half of the stage, like the front part? Like, we don't need the back. Like, can we pay per for square footage?
Yeah, right. They're like,
you know, and that's what I talked about. Like, also is like feeling like it was a dress rehearsal, where I was like, you need a lot more dancers to really hype this energy, because like that's what's missing. If I was an adult, like you were saying, and brought my kids, I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, you guys couldn't even like get some backup dancers, some titties for me to look at or something, right? As a single dad bringing my three boys.
Hula gators later didn't do it for you?
God.
Oh, okay. All right. So, okay.
Hula gators, bro.
This is also where they cut to somebody in the audience, in which it's an overly enthusiastic man that is not around other children.
Yeah, no, he's like by himself.
Yeah.
And that's on purpose. That's the law. He has to be away from those children.
500 feet, 500 so I'm on the side wings.
Hey, where's the pedophile section? Oh, E1 through E6. It's 500 feet from where any of the children will be sitting. Cool, I really like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Didn't they do that for a recent concert for anybody who was a...
No way.
Yeah, they did it for...
For what, the Wiggles?
And no, not for kids, but anybody who was a registered sex offender. And I don't know if it was a Warped Tour or anything like that, they built the stage to keep those people who were the part of the band that far away from the audience.
Wait, you mean if a band member was?
Oh, yeah. I think that was an Onion article about one of the singers from one of the bands for it. They were just like, because he's like a creep, but they still let him perform.
Yes.
Yeah.
You fell for an Onion article.
You ate the Onion.
I ate the Onion.
When do we? Is Master Shredder's? Did
yes,
we skip
he's coming.
Shredder's
No,
song?
He's coming up right now.
Oh,
so
God, this thing goes on forever.
At the end of this number, I did hear them say, "That's what I call magic touch." What?
Don't let anyone do that to
does
you.
that mean? They say it, but I don't know what they implied on that, because it's the end of Pizza Power. I don't know.
That's when Master Splinter comes into your room and he says, "I'll get you pizza if you let me do the magic touch."
Turtles.
Turtles.
I feel that
You've grown so big.
And so have I.
I feel that a lot of these phrases that were thrown out were just like, buzzwords or statements that were in the writing room.
But how did they think the kids would get them?
Yeah, and then they thought it would really work well. But
also, this production really hates Barry Manilow.
Yeah, that was a weird dig at Barry Manilow.
Twice. We'll get there. I just needed to say it. So this is where Master Splinter shows up, right? And he lifts his arms up, and you can see the undershirt of the person underneath. It's just like a gray at his wrists joints.
Yeah.
Right? And then he goes on to be like, I'm going to sing a song about skipping stones.
While doing feng shui.
Called Skipping Stones. Here we go. It's like about to die.
Inside my head, I just wanna ride it as I set it free. I'm standing. Keep on, skipping stones.
So I just like to get to at least through the chorus.
That literally sounds like I kept expecting it to go, Janie's got a gun.
Also,
that's literally just sounds just like it.
Yeah.
Also, who was this song for? Who was the audience
I
they wrote this song
don't
and
know,
produced
because
the song for?
This song is 5 minutes 15.
Yes, it is a long song.
And it goes between Master Splinter, who's like bobbing his head and pointing towards the audience, right? And intercuts between that and footage I guess they were showing on the side wings of like actual water ripples.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
And like stones skipping, right?
He dropped some knowledge about like understand the ripples you make. It's just like, are you telling kids this? Like,
Yeah.
they're not gonna get this.
But this also plays out as part of like the Turtles' origin stories, where it's I found them and I raised them, and people like even kids are like, I fucking know this.
Listen, we don't have to watch Uncle Ben die again. We get it.
Responsibility.
There's a part where this either does a key change or it's in its final verse or something that I really love. Maybe I can find it here, but it's like where he really tries to belt it out, or whoever.
Oh yeah,
he's just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Skip it. There's also a weird lyric in here. He goes, "The water surrounds me, but the time for rings has passed." What the fuck does that mean?
That's actually a subliminal message. If you play it backwards, it actually says "kill your parents."
I mean, is he trying to say he's basically at the end of his life and that's it? He can't make any more impacts than anybody around him? That's kind of cryptic for a kid. Also, why are they talking about mortality at that point?
Damn,
they're children.
That's deep, dude.
Wow.
This is whatever for what it
Shit,
is.
man.
This is not for the audience. Even if they thought, oh, the parents are really gonna appreciate, that easy listening, Neil Diamond stuff or something like that. No, this.
The kids go home and they're just like, God, Mom, what Master Splinter
Well, this
said.
is-
Am I
this
gonna
is-
die?
What about these ripples?
This is also one of those weird moments where, like, you would imagine, because you saw it, like, they would change, go to the audience, like, one or two shots, where, like, this is a moment where, like, a parent would, like, embrace their child in a slow moment.
Yeah,
And, like,
contemplating.
I feel like the cameraman was like, fucking hug your kid. Hug your kid, goddammit.
I
Hug your kid.
honestly think probably in the control room they were like, go to camera 1, 2, 3. I got nothing. 5, give me something. Find somebody. Go out there.
somebody's got to be skipping some fucking stones.
That kid's crying because he's grappling with his mortality. Get him. The mom's hugging him. Hug him.
Also, Shredder's singing voice and his talking voice don't add up at all.
No, they're completely
not at all.
different.
It's like he's talking. Cut his mic. Playback.
Turtles, skipping stones.
The skipping stone.
Skipping stones. Axel, a little more Asian.
Oh, okay. Chinese democracy? That's what you want to hear?
No,
no,
we
we don't. No one does.
So at this point now, the Shredder interrupts, like freezes everything. The turtles are frozen on stage.
Which I
flash
was
mob.
really confused about at first. Because
Yeah, that
it
was really
didn't
confusing.
really explain what he did. It just like he came on the screen and all of a sudden it was like they were just like stuck. And I was like, the fuck's going on? Because they don't really address
They're
it.
like, hold for cue number 1. One of the rigging is broke.
All right, and hold on Q3. Hold.
One of the animatronics is broken.
Go ahead. Curtain in. Shredder, you're on the air.
Right?
Yeah.
And either Shredder says it or Baxter Stockman, right?
That fucking wacky doctor who's
Yeah.
just like,
Which Baxter Stockman is from the original cartoon,
Yeah.
and he winds up like they ripped off like Jeff Goldblum's The Fly and turned him into a fly, and literally the same way. No, even in the cartoon, Baxter gets into like some device, and the fly gets in with him, and he becomes the fucking fly.
my God.
Even as a child, I was like, "That's a goddamn fly!" That movie came out like 4 years ago.
oh my God.
Yeah, right. So Baxter is his little henchman, right? And I can't remember who said it, but they basically go, "I've tracked the turtles to New York, New York," and I'm like, You mean where they've always been, and you guys have had multiple battles?
Yeah, no, but that was like I think that was that was the thing that people do at concerts all the time when they come in like, hello, Anaheim.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah. I think it was like it was like, I've tracked them to Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Which always,
really
that thing always.
Cleveland!
I mean, I assume it probably happens down here too. In the back home in the Bay Area, I would always go see shows in Oakland, and the people would always be like, "What's up, San Francisco?" And be like, "That's not here."
Yeah.
Does that happen out here? You go to a show in Anaheim, they're like, "What's up, Los Angeles?"
No.
Oh, damn, dude.
Well, people are aware now.
Yeah. People are just dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, I didn't realize that, but
Yeah,
it also just does seem stupid when it's like, yeah, that's their origin. That's where they're from, the sewers of New York.
Yeah, this is their homecoming show.
Yeah, right. So, this is when Shogun Shredder shows up.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Right? And, yeah, how do you describe this mask, honestly?
It just looks like shit.
It.
We're going to have to post a lot of visual aids.
Oh, yeah. No, I if you want to watch this in entirety, it's on our YouTube.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay? Yeah, totally on our YouTube.
He looks like, you know those, like, Japanese suits of armor that white people put in their house? That's what he's wearing on his head. That cheap, like, plastic, spray painted.
Plastic chrome.
Yeah, plastic chrome, the kind you get on, like, a dollar store pirate sword.
And the dude is huge.
He's pretty big.
Towering
Oh, yeah,
over
he's
everybody
big.
else.
Yeah. And he is coming with a voice
He's coming out of his shell.
Yeah.
And
They all are.
He's got a smoky eyeshadow thing going on too.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, underneath he has, like, eyeliner on.
Yeah.
And he's they put a voice modulation on him that makes him sound like he's possessed. like it is the double, like, but also in this weird, like, moaning, like, underneath, like, I was gonna say we could duplicate it. Like, I was like, you say this, and I'll say, like, it in the moaning voice, but I don't know how we'd be able to do it. How would, like, tell me a sentence to say, like, the Ninja Turtles are coming out of their shells, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and you do it in just normal voice, right?
Okay.
And I'll do it
In, like, the moaning voice? Okay.
I'll do it. Yeah.
Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. The turtles are coming out of their shells. That was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
But you get the picture.
Yep, because that's how it was.
Yeah.
It was just this, like, echo effect, but it sounded like what Linda Blair sounds like when she was possessed at the end of, like, where it's like her voice but also like a demon voice at the same time, like overmodulated over it, being
You
like,
turtles suck cocks in hell.
fuck your mother, Shredder.
Oh, he's gonna.
That's what he's going for. That's what he's out there for.
So this is also what doesn't make sense is that, like, basically Shredder's plan is he's like, I fucking hate music, right? So I made this D-harmonic convergence controller, right? But I'm like, you clearly have a better device, and it's called a freeze ray, because all the turtles are frozen right now.
Yeah, why don't you just stab him in the eye socket or something like that? You could literally just kill them right now.
His plan is to eliminate all music on Earth.
Yeah.
Which is like, okay. What is that going to accomplish?
It'll take their musical power.
Okay, yeah, I don't understand
It's
this
like
part.
some sort of life force sucking out of
Well,
the
because one
turtles.
would say that I want to take away music so that, like, I take away joy, right?
Yeah.
Because what it does is it basically it makes people, like, angry, like it's like the slime from Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
right? And he's like, I'm feeding off of the power of anger. And I'm like, what is happening? Why is there so much of this, like, energy that we're actually transferring into real energy when it comes to people's emotions? What is that?
I don't know, man. Music is power.
Apparently.
It's just like, I don't know. I don't know what that plan is supposed to do. Does he just sit back and he's like,
So he's on the screen, and then Baxter is running around.
Right. And then April shows up.
In the audience.
Oh yeah, she's like interviewing those kids, and they're all screaming around
straight
her.
up bombarding her.
Like, April, what are the turtles like? Shut the fuck up, kid. I'm about to come on camera. Shut up.
Like turtles.
Shut up, kid. Shut up. April O'Neil live from the audience, 10 feet in front of the stage.
Yes.
The over-the-top red hair, the Dick Tracy yellow, jacket that she's known for.
Yep. But this looks more like the April from part 1 of the Turtles, which like she had like a yellow trench coat, but her hair was just like this frizzy red hair. Mm-hmm. It does not resemble the April of the cartoon at all.
No.
Or
Or even the video game one that you always see when you go play it in the analog game.
same as the cartoon. Or are you talking about where it was like live action on the side of the arcade cabinet? And it was, that was weird. I don't know what was going on there either. Where I'm like, you could have just put the cartoon on the side of the cabinet. You ever seen that?
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, she's kind of sexy.
Yeah, she is.
She's leaning back.
Yeah. Yeah, right, but Shredder's also a human, but he's definitely a white dude.
Yeah, and he's sexy.
Right?
Don't even get me started on those turtles.
Have you ever seen the Shredder action figure?
He's buff. Got a big bulge.
No. He's the opposite. He's straight up like anemic.
Is
You've
he
never
just like
seen
a fucking
this?
wimp?
No.
Yes. You've never seen. I mean, anybody who's listening who's a fan of the Turtles.
Shredder cheese. That's what you said.
No, you've never seen original Shredder action figure.
I like how you looked Shredder action figure up, and there was a picture of Yoda.
Oh man! Oh, here he is.
Look at that tiny waist.
What's wrong with his bones? Why is he taking a shit?
He looks awful, and apparently that's based on the like comic. More is like the original line.
Oh.
Yeah, but he looks awful. I'm like, yeah, that's how a bunch of kids were able to beat him.
Yeah, right? Because he's just a fucking punk.
Yeah, but if you can look, that's Shredder's helmet. That's what he's known for. Like even that's the movie version right there.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know what they did.
And they just were like, to me it feels like they didn't get the rights to the image of Shredder.
Yeah.
That's what it
They didn't
feels
get the rights
like.
to anything.
I don't know.
That's why the turtles look so weird because they didn't have the rights.
Right? So the Shredder goes away. He was like on a video screen, right? And then the turtles unfreeze, right? And they're like, "Whoa, what the fuck was that?" Right?
Yeah, Splinter collapses on the stage.
Literally, April and all the kids are like, "It was Shredder, dumbasses!" They're like, "It was fucking Shredder!"
Yeah.
And Donatello's like, "Nah, if it was Shredder, I would have known because I built a Shredder scanner inside my synthesizer."
Yep.
I got gaydar.
Well, that brings us to our next song.
This one made me uncomfortable.
Okay,
Straight
well, let's make everybody else uncomfortable. Here's Walk Straight.
Walk straight, walk straight. I can hear you now. Now word up, I got a story to tell. It starts way back when we were coming out of our shells. Back then we were swimming in our bowl. But something happened when we fell down that manhole. Don't have to tell
Manhole?
you
Man's hole.
already know. You should remember that we all have to grow. Everybody does it in a different way. So do it on your own. That's what the turtles say. Walk straight. No need to mutate. Mutate. Never got to mutate. Got to walk straight. No need to mutate. Mutate. No need to if you're walking straight. Got to walk straight. Talk straight. Be straight.
Pray the gay away.
Think so. Okay, right? We all got the message, the not so subtle message there, right?
It was screaming at you. It was like, I think this is what they played for 10 hours in Boy Erased, the Russell Crowe movie. Where they're trying to pray the gay away out of his son.
Jesus Christ.
That was weird, right? Because they're basically like, don't mutate, right? And the analogies are so hard hitting, right? And being walk straight, talk straight, right? And you're just like, wait a minute, right? Meanwhile, in the back of them, there are scantily clad military men.
Yeah.
To confuse you even
doing
more.
ballerina acts again.
Yeah, I really like the line about like do it alone, just do it by yourself. Like,
Yeah,
I plan on it.
if you're gonna be gay, then you just do it alone. You know, just touch yourself, man.
Just keep it away from me, okay?
Right? Walk, talk, don't mutate.
I hate when they flaunt it.
Yeah, this is weird.
This is a weird one. And
Really
do you know what I hate?
This is still not the weirdest one.
No, but do you know what I hate about it, though? To be completely honest?
What?
It's got such a good beat. It's really catchy, but the lyrics are just like, what the fuck?
You know what? Who I wish just went on tour with them? Vanilla Ice for the ninja
Go
rap.
ninja, go ninja, go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been
That
cool.
one was good.
Yo, it's the Green Machine coming down the scene like you never seen.
Yo,
Have
I'm
you
a
never heard
juggalo
of-
now.
So,
Have you ever seen a turtle get down?
Donnie Wahlberg, you chime in. What do you think of this?
Donnie?
New Kids on the Block
Oh,
ripoff.
oh, yeah. That's what this is. Yeah.
God, this is just this
But
one.
what is this message trying to promote? Just like keep straight, like
Is stay with the status quo. There's
No.
no need to go outside of it if it's all working.
because
Right.
mutate. Look at it's just
Well,
don't change?
they're saying don't be gay.
I mean, yes, but at a fundamental thing, I think it really is what I just said. It's like there's no need to like if things are working out, you don't need to do anything about it.
Because part of you feels like it's saying, like don't do drugs, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought it was at first, but no, it's straight up like, like I said, like, just don't like. There's no need.
Don't
to.
rock the boat.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Mhm.
there's no need to like be upset.
Right.
It's fine. It's
Yeah.
cool. Don't mutate.
Like don't evolve.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't change.
Yeah.
Just be a kid forever.
Yeah, like
you're
if you
fine
if
as
you
you are
feel
right
like
now.
if you feel like you have like an XY chromosome, don't mutate.
Which is so funny for coming from like a group of mutants.
Right.
Like, don't mutate.
Yeah.
Like, I am sterile now.
No. what I find very confusing is this many songs in, they pretty much told you, do not go for the things that make us cool. Weapons or mutation.
Yep.
We're Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
So those things right there, it's like, don't aspire to be us. Because we don't want a lawsuit of you stabbing your brother with a sigh in the eye.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Right.
Or jumping into toxic waste.
Yeah,
Because
don't
you think
drink
you're going
toxic
to-
waste.
You're going to go,
Yeah.
Family Guy Adam West. And you have lymphoma.
And if there's any girl fans out there, you best be in a yellow blazer right now. Take that goddamn bandana off.
Oh man, I already know too. All the girls in the audience, all the little boys are like, "Why are you here? This is for boys."
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep. So, Walk Street. That's a song.
Hey, I
And,
take offense to that as a pigeon-toed person. I'll
Yeah.
fuck those turtles up.
And that's also in the song where they go, when I say walk, you say straight, right? And then they actually say in quotes, they said, you say whatever the turtles say, right? And you're like,
Exactly.
oh shit.
Like, repeat after me. And then start going on a racist tangent.
Oh my god.
Could you imagine?
Yeah. The South will rise again.
This is where the seeds.
Yeah, Boise.
This is where the seeds were planted.
Yeah, exactly.
37
Or
years
no,
later.
they're just like, repeat after me and the ritual will be complete. Like the kids are all like, ah.
Sacrificing their parents.
Stab your parents in the throat. Walk straight.
Don't. Never mind.
Remember Timmy with the the turtle said, "Don't mutate."
God.
Get out of the goddamn dress, Timmy! I swear to God!
No.
Sex is back! It's me, Tex!
God.
You heard what the goddamn turtle said! You ain't mutating today. Get out of that goddamn dress.
No. Maybe Shredder's the hero we deserve because this music sucks.
He was actually trying to do us a favor by eliminating this.
So, then they go into another song.
Yeah, almost immediately.
Yeah, no, because I don't have much notes, so like it's almost as if like that song in which I wrote. It seems at this point that I can't tell who the actual frontman is between Raphael and Michelangelo, which is also hard because it's like red and orange,
Yeah.
right? On a VHS version or something, so it's hard to tell.
It's like an Oasis.
Well, the thing is
thing
that
going on.
they actually had a test audience so that they couldn't tell Michelangelo and Raphael apart.
Yeah,
Because it's like the subtleties between orange and red and the lighting that would fall on the fabric. So if you notice, they have...
you could have tried yellow.
Yeah. So what they have is on their
Same
arms...
with purple and blue.
They have arm patches just like MPs would have in military
Yes,
police.
but it's like it's M, like all the way around. I'm like, 1M would have been fine.
They're starting the Turtle Reich. Everyone's got to wear armbands.
So they got their right. So it's just like when he said, "You say this and you say what I say." I was like, "The armband? Oh no!
Now salute after me and step in a group."
You say ethnic cleansing. Oh, god damn it!
Don't mutate. We're here to hate.
It wasn't. Now I know this. It wasn't Splinter. He was talking about his kidney stones. He was talking about
kidney stones.
You can relate.
Yeah, his English was off. He wasn't saying skipping. He was trying to pass them.
Kidney stones.
Passing stones.
Oh, the urine surrounds me.
That's why there's no ripples.
There's no
There's no peas coming out. It's blocked.
Well, there's no drip today.
Oh shit!
Damn it!
All right, so the next song.
That one hit hard.
Oh.
I'm gonna cry myself. Yep. Next song, and that's what I meant about Raph seems to be the front man here, right? With
Yeah.
Walk Straight, and then like immediately, like Michelangelo's like, no, let's go to something easier going.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And he goes with the song Tubin. Okay, so right off the bat, the structure of that was hard for me to determine, like, what was the chorus.
Yeah. It's also two things come to mind. First, it literally sounds like they were like, nah. Top Secret's skeet shooting was too believable of a song. Let's make a faker surf song.
God, I love Top Secret.
Yeah, but the other thing is like, man, if the Beach Boys are over here like being fake surfers making surf music, but the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were like, we'll outdo them. It's just like
Also,
skeet shooting.
never
the-
seen.
the action that they're advertising, like go tubing. I feel like I have to go to an adult shop and be like, I want to tube tonight. What do you have in line for that? And
But
also
also-
the fact that they're advertising, I'm surfing in the sewer, raw sewage.
Surfing subterranean. Now,
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I don't know how the 80s, 90s sewer system worked. The only basis that I have on how it worked was Jason Takes Manhattan.
Yeah, where he's like walking through like filth.
No, where like toxic waste
Yeah.
flushes on him, and then he does that weird like mommy thing, and like it turns into a baby. Like I don't know what was going on there. We'll get to that film one day, but that is literally the only instances I know of, and apparently they did flush because actually that's a joke in Always Sunny as well, of like flushing the sewers like with like a wall of water.
Oh, to like clean them out.
Remember that's in Thunder Gun Express episode. Being
Yeah.
like, mind if I take my clothes off? Because like the wall of water comes and it's actually kind of refreshing.
This was also, I think it's largely in part to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that like all that shit about like the sewers, and as we see in the dance number for this, sewer alligators.
Oh my god, alligators in the sewers.
Titty sewer alligators, by the way.
Yeah, but they're Polynesian.
Tiki
Yeah,
alligators.
I don't know why they had to put tits on them for us to be like, oh yeah, they're girls, it's cool.
If you catch it,
After Walk Straight, we got to have some girl dancers, but we only got these alligator
And
costumes.
Which part of me feels like they might have still been men.
They probably were.
Yeah.
Because I think the male dancers are also the ninjas.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Those poor
dudes have
guys,
so
man,
many
they're
costume
getting-
changes.
Yeah.
girls.
This is weird.
This is definitely probably the worst song.
No, still coming.
Oh, shit,
when we
that's
get there,
right.
you'll be like, oh yeah.
God.
This
one's just weird. It's just like a weird non sequitur.
It doesn't mean much.
It's trying to go for that surfer, I guess, cowabunga sort of thing that they're trying to do. But
Did the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ever surf?
No, what they
they do in the
mostly have
in the cartoon.
skateboards.
Well, yeah, they have these like motorized fan boat skateboards.
Yeah.
But they did do a lot of like, I remember there was a bunch of toys based on the fact that one was like a surfboard with a sail on it, those kind of things.
Parasail.
Yeah. And there was like a jet ski. I remember there was a lot of like trying to navigate through the sewers, which are full of water.
Yeah. I think they just like shoehorn themselves when they had them say cowabunga, and they're like, "Fuck, they're surfers now. God damn it, we got to figure this out."
Yeah, surfers in New York could eat pizza underground.
Yep, it makes no sense. So at this point, Shredder shows back up, freezes them again.
Yes.
Right. Goes through another rant.
It's like, I fucking hate music. I hate music so much that I wrote a song.
That's not yet.
Fuck, are you
No,
serious?
that's not yet. No.
Oh my god.
No. That's after the intermission.
Oh shit.
No,
that's right.
he just. This is another part where like he phrases them right, and they're like, "Whoa, what the hell was that?" Right, and again the kids are like, "It's fucking Shredder!" Right, and they're like, "Nah, let's sing another song."
Also,
God.
I found it really weird because one of them said, "Talk about your ibuprofen headaches." I was all like, "What?"
No, he says Excedrin.
Excedrin.
He says Excedrin
You're right,
headaches.
you're right.
That was one of the ones where I was like, are we doing like a plug here? Like,
Newport, little, yellow, different.
talk about your Excedrin extra strength headache for when you're having a migraine.
Or-
Includes caffeine.
Or you're just too tired.
They dropped out of their sponsorship. You got to go to Advil.
Talk about generic over-the-counter ibuprofen.
And they're like, that wasn't Shredder. I don't know what you kids are talking about, right? Like they have no respect for anybody, their fans, anything, right?
Yeah, it's pretty funny because it's almost like that situation that like Sesame Street had to like retcon, where they had to make Big Bird's imaginary friend real because a real thing happened and they talked to him and they were like, I think it was about like being abused, and then what's the imaginary friend? He's the elephant.
Yeah, Snuffleupagus.
Snuffleupagus.
Yeah.
He was an imaginary friend at first, right?
Right.
They had an episode about being abused, and a character talked to Snuffleupagus about it, and he was like, "Well, you know, like we."
Well, okay, Bird.
Yeah. So they talked to him, and then the creators of Sesame Street were like, "Oh shit, we need to tell kids that it's okay to talk to real people about this." So they had to make him real.
I just imagine where he was like, Bird, I'm having a complex. Somebody told me something, and if I'm not real, I can't go to the cops.
Yeah.
I'm not a character witness.
So,
Nobody's gonna believe me on the stand.
but it's just so weird that this show's literally teaching these kids, like, not only are your parents not going to listen to you, but the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles won't either. They don't
No.
give a shit.
The defense is like, Your Honor, can we really believe the testimony of a giant woolly mammoth
It's like,
that only a giant yellow bird can see?
it's like, Big Bird, what I need from you right now is to think really hard about Snuffleupagus not existing. He's like, sit there, closes his eyes, and at the stand, he's like, "Oh no, it hurts! What's happening?" And he starts like Back to the Futuring out of the stand.
Oh no.
Let me get me started on Bert and Ernie. Roommates.
They're not walking
Hey,
straight.
roommates for 25 years.
Oh, bird.
And you know they have ethnicities? Bert and Ernie? I think Bert is Dominican. And I think... Yeah.
What the fuck?
No, they really is. Puerto Rican and Dominican. Yeah. Yeah, both of them, yeah.
Wait, really?
No, I'm not kidding. Yeah. They have ethnicities. Animal is Mexican.
Is that a racist thing?
That's super racist.
He can't control himself.
When I found out later when I was younger, yay! Then I was like, oh, how do I feel about that? But
Representation matters.
And Cookie Monster's just a white guy. on that.
Yeah, right.
impulse control right there.
So, oh, bird. Could you go back to making me imaginary? There's some crimes I need to forget about.
What are you like, John Coffey him? Oh, I don't want no bottles.
I might have committed murder. So yeah, now they get into another thing where they're like, "What's the word we always say?" Right? And they're and like every kid's like, "Fucking cowabunga," but like nobody's enthusiastic still.
No
right?
one, because
They're-
this is literally like 45 minutes
Right.
into a show that's been boring as shit so far.
right.
These kids are just like,
we're better at this than they.
yeah, it's
are.
like the kids are like, when are you gonna kick some ass? God damn it!
Yeah, right? And they're like, not yet, basically, right? Because it seems the only time that the kids are actually enthusiastic and participating is when Shredder is
Yeah, they
involved.
love Shredder, dude.
Like, well, they love to hate him.
yeah, they're all booing
right?
him and shit like that. Like, boo, Shredder!
Like, kids are falling asleep at things like skipping stones and walk straight,
Yeah.
right? But as soon as Shredder comes on, they're like, fuck you! And that's the funny part because he doesn't even look like Shredder. They're like, whoever this guy is, you're dead!
Those kids
Like
fucking
kids,
hate
they're
him.
cutting to kids in the aisle, like just straight up pushing each other out of the way, like it's the leprechaun thing, being like, "You seen the leprechaun? I seen the leprechaun."
Yeah,
like
yeah,
they're
yeah.
just pushing each
The
other.
parents are like holding them back. There's one kid who's like has nunchucks and he's like shaking him. And the mom's holding him.
The kid in the full sweatsuit.
yes.
I love how the like 80s fashion of we just put our kids into like a sweatsuit with like a print of your favorite thing on the front of it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, God, we were all just walking sweaty children.
Yeah.
It's just tracksuits basically.
God. No, yeah, those kids fucking hate
No, real
Shredder.
anecdote about that. I used to have childhood asthma. And since they told my mom, you have to take care of your kid, he can't get really cold. So what ended up happening was that I basically, when she went to Mervyn's or something like that, bought every single color that you can think of to have me in sweats. So, from kindergarten all the way to the 5th grade, all I wore to school were different combinations of primary color sweatpants and sweatshirts. So if you guys ever want to, even in the small time that you know me, have you ever seen me with a sweatshirt or anything like that? I don't own any. Because I
You
was
just look like an Italian mafia man.
Yeah,
Exactly.
right.
Hey, don't worry about my Ninja Turtle sweats.
and it's true. When I got a bit of a shudder when I saw these kids. It's like basically, if you didn't want to take the trouble even to like appropriately dress your children, or they're like, they might get sick, might as well keep them warm. This is the in between a jacket and actually putting pants on them.
God.
Yeah. So they get into their next song, Cowabunga. Oh, sorry, hold on.
Man, you got to think the groove is sound. Listen to the tracks we're laying down. The turtles are coming up from the ground. We got a message that we have found. Gonna keep
Sounds like cake.
Let's get on with the show now. Hey, y'all, Leonardo's his name. He is the leader that you claim to fame now. He is the man my brothers trust when for Shredder Man we go for the bust. He's a turtle standing tall and proud.
Rock lobster.
But he loves to rock the crowd. So he put down his weapon.
that was like,
picked up an instrument,
I forgot
different kind of
my
music
words.
is what he implements. Then he say you got to keep pushing the envelope. Cause if you don't, you'll wind up a dope. Cause when the going gets rough, the going gets tough, the winners are the ones who say it's never enough. Now, are you listening to what I say? I am still a mutant turtle in every way.
He's so upset.
But tonight,
I forgot.
we come to play.
Yo, there's Donatello.
Yeah, turn off that effect. Fuck that effect. We're gonna do a normal effect.
He's mellow. It's simple.
When did Ad Rock get in here? The fucking Beastie Boys all of a sudden.
Give him anything that you plug in. If it's got to do with a chip or a bit, energy that just won't quit. Now, when we started, we had no choice. We needed something to help our voice, and we went to work to develop a plan. And now we're making music for all our fans. Look to dime for the whistles and bells, helping each of us to come out of our shell.
Intergalactic, planetary, planetary, intergalactic, intergalactic, planetary, planetary, intergalactic.
Story just so born like a pet, just like the rest of them.
Stir fry you in my wok.
Now, don't need to walk.
Shit, that might be like the most fun song though.
That is fun,
But it
right?
sounds like it's a weird. It's like a man. When did the Beastie Boys and Red Hot Chili Peppers do a collaboration together?
There's a line in this song where he goes, "Here's Donatello. He's mellow." He goes, "Here's Donatello. Even for a turtle, he's really kind of mellow." Right? I'm like, yeah, that's literally like the MO of a turtle.
And turtles don't do shit, dude.
I'm like, even for a turtle? Like, in your opinion, what do turtles do? I
Yeah.
guess, like,
Even for a turtle, he's about on par.
this is
He's
also
right up there with a turtle, yeah.
This is also the one and only song in which I guess the video switcher editor got bored and started throwing up graphics that
Yeah.
like cowabunga the words like in different
in
fonts are
dictionaries,
coming
yeah.
up into the screen, and I'm like, God, like he's just at a switcher being like, do we have any cowabunga fonts? Because it never happens again, right?
No.
And then
Damn, I was grooving to that.
yeah, this was good.
You should sample
Right?
that. You
That's an
should sample
absolute
that.
banger.
Then Shredder shows up, and quite possibly the worst choreographed fight scene I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my god, it's almost as if they were trying really hard to not make it look violent.
Yes.
Yeah. They didn't wanna-
Donatello takes his or whatever, I don't know what fucking
Bow.
turtle is. He
Bow.
he takes the bow and he's
Yeah.
like, back and forth, and then he does like a shimmy with it. Like
Yeah.
he's an old school dancer with a cane.
And then makes a Beau joke, which I forgot what it is.
Like, it's my boner.
And then Shredder shows up, and he makes an amazing entrance on this like giant scaffolding with like 4 fans. Like,
Yeah.
it's like really cool rigging. It's just like dun dun, but like the lighting is so piss poor in
No,
this
it's straight up. They were
show.
just like, yeah, just whatever. Leave the washes on. Just
I mean, did he have a title match with the Undertaker that night, or what? The way he came in.
Oh my god, he looked like Dr. Winky in like in Sonic.
Yeah.
Like, he just showed up on a spinning fan. It's like Bowser in Super Mario Brothers.
he's like, yeah, our
Oh, he's out Raul Julia floating around, flying around.
it's like, hey, we really need a lighting designer. I know a dude who's turned a light on before. Honestly, that's all we can afford.
right.
It's like, so you guys just want it to look like an office building, right? Just like there's just lights on. Yeah, sounds good, I guess.
Can you just keep them on in the audience too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
We really want everyone to know that no one's here.
Because they're kids, man. They're afraid of the dark. They're gonna start crying. If they see
Is
it.
this?
Nah.
This is
I don't think that's the deal here, man. You're giving it way too much credit.
This is right before the intermission, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shredder says my favorite line in this, because it is baffling.
Uh-huh.
He says, "The doors are locked now. Get out." Excuse me, what?
Okay, so like he shows up and he's like, I got you now, and I'm gonna take all the music away, Turtles, right? And then they throw shade. They go, does the phrase "when the Cubs win the pennant" mean anything to you? No. And he's like, no, it doesn't. Right?
Yeah.
And they go, it means no way, Jose. And I'm like, damn, is that line going to be edited for when they go to Chicago? Like, or is that just...
They might get mauled.
Yeah.
Off the stage, what they
Like,
say.
hey, fuck you!
The
but
Cubs
that-
will win eventually.
Nothing but
Even the
Cubs.
kids are just like, fuck the Turtles!
They hate the Cubs? God damn it!
Oh, nobody say anything about the goddamn Cubbies!
Say what you want about the Cubs, but if you drag my Green Bay Packers into this, I swear to God, Turtles. You okay there?
Yeah, I'm okay. Oh, the Bears.
The Bears.
And this, yeah, he says all the doors are locked. Can you imagine being a child and being like, "You're mine, the doors are locked," and just like being like, ah!
It's like, but the way he like what goes on is as it was almost like if you were on the Haunted Mansion. He's like, "To find a way out." Literally right behind you in 3 seconds, you gotta get out. This is resetting. It's just like the doors are locked. Get out.
It was weird
Yeah, it's
Right?
the oddest line.
because now we cut over to this is what I would assume is the intermission.
Yeah, I was
Right?
confused at first. I was
Right?
like, why is everyone in the lobby?
We cut over to an interviewer, not April, but just a random dude named Kip. This is the Kip guy, right?
Channel 6 news.
But this is the first time we're seeing it in this version that we all watched,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yes.
So this guy is just like, hey, I'm here, and Shredder just did some crazy shit, right, kids? And they're like, yeah, right. and he's like, what are they gonna do? What are the Turtles gonna do? I don't know. Maybe I should go to the basement and find out.
Yeah, right.
And literally just then goes into the basement
Yeah.
and is like pretending to be overly scared to the point of annoyance.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. He's overacting really hard.
Like, clearly there's a light on everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? And he's just like, he's got like one of the glow swords he took for the kid.
Yeah.
Right? And also, this is also the part right before that when he was in the lobby where he was trying to interview some people that clearly did not look like they spoke English.
oh, yeah. He put the mic in front of a girl's face and she just was like, and then just like moved. He just like, anyway, to this kid. And the kid's like, the Turtles are gonna beat him
There
up.
was 2 or 3 people of different ethnicity other than white, let's just put it that way, and they look like they just stumbled into it, like it
Yeah.
was an actual news report.
Yeah.
Being like, we're second acting. Don't talk about it. I don't know what's going on. And so like now he's gone down and he's just like, oh my god, snakes, right? And it's like swiping at some like cables that are just dangling.
Yeah.
And you're just like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Go fuck yourself.
Right? Because it could. Why wasn't this? Oh wait. Oh, that's right. Shredder kidnapped April.
Yes.
I forgot that. That's
Yeah,
how
and
they.
then Kip is part of her news crew, from
Right.
The fictional Channel 6, which is covering this event.
Which is also funny that Shredder did kidnap her, and he goes, tie her next to the control panel. And I was like, that's like the worst idea you could possibly do. But then it never actually comes into fruition.
No.
So yeah, then he finds the Turtles, right? And they're like all like, man, Shredder's got us down and we don't know what to do, right? And then like they're straight up belligerent to him. They're gonna kick his ass.
Yeah.
Right? They're like, what the fuck you say about Turtles?
Yeah.
Right? And Michelangelo and Raphael are just straight up like being like, yo, fuck this dude. No, I don't need this shit. They're like going to beat Kip up.
So,
right?
but so this is the part where they're underground because they had to retreat, right? They went on their little platforms and they just went under.
Yeah.
And this is where it caught me. It felt like, those old WWF, in between promos.
Well, this is what I said. Like, I wrote this here. So I said, I was like, I feel like they're improving this entire bit.
Yeah. But it's pre-recorded because it has those. It has the
be.
weird turtles in it.
Yeah, and Kip is like Brother Love.
No, in this moment, it's the other turtles.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
but it can't be improv because it would be pre-recorded.
This is that weird thing where I think this moment was filmed specifically for this thing.
Weird.
Whereas if it went on tour, you were probably just getting intermission videos of the turtles and stuff like that. I think Kip was specifically because he even says in this pay-per-view. That's how I learned this was pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It was
I
like,
see.
right? Because the turtles were like, man, like, this isn't supposed to happen. This is pay-per-view. And I was like, oh, Jesus, people paid for this outside of the venue?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and even in that whole yelling scene, they're like, man, aren't you gonna go back to, yeah, man, but what are we gonna do with the rest of the show? We got 40 cities we're gonna be at, and we gotta do this.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
This is a big tour.
Yeah.
Dude, I want a
40
tour
cities.
shirt for this.
Oh, I'm down.
This is like...
You want to just make one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we could put all the cities on it, and they'll
Yeah.
all be shitty cities.
All the cities were listed in the end credits.
Oh, fuck.
And they didn't seem to make sense,
Are they
by the
weird?
way. No, just meaning like, it would be like, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, and then it'd be like, and then like San Francisco, and then it would just jump over to like Florida, and then Pittsburgh, and you're like, well, what about Pittsburgh, Philadelphia? Like, like, yeah, I want to map it out because like it was like the date and then when, in the credits, right? So they were straight up in the credits were just like, here we come, So
Out of our shells.
but it's also weird because it's like you're advertising the tour, but anybody who just watched this would be like,
Yeah.
one, you saw it, you're good, kids, and two, I'm not going to this.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not wasting my fucking money. I just wasted $30 on this now. I'm not going to... Because pay-per-view was expensive back in the day, right?
Right? So they also mentioned that the deharmonizer, right, has taken their powers away. I was like, they have powers?
It's like more like their mojo.
This is what I mean about the fact that I feel like whoever wrote this never even watched an episode or the movie even.
They're superhero turtles, right? No, they're just kind of superhero turtles. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Music gives them their power? No, music's really never had anything to do... Okay, music gives them their
the
power.
The moniker that they have as a title is self-explanatory. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
But with mutations, I mean, you ever seen Toxic Avenger?
All right, let's... So, for this show, no mutants. They're not going to do anything violent, so, ninjas are out. I guess all we're left is the teenage turtle thing.
Yeah,
so we're good.
make them beat up this asshole.
Yeah. They're not upset about Shredder, but they're really mad at the press.
Dude,
Kip,
they're
they're
gonna
gonna
beat
beat
him
the
up. They had to
crap.
hold him back.
Yeah,
right?
he had a chair.
Meanwhile, Donatello is working on something in the background that we don't know what it is yet, but it has to do with like Sash.
Yeah.
Right? So now I guess they're back from intermission and Shredder is ripping children apart, like just ripping on them.
The best part.
scene.
He
Best
is
thing.
straight up fucking dogging on kids.
Yeah, okay. So I wrote the lines down line for line, right? Like, he's just a part of it is like, I'm gonna fuck Barry Manilow, right? Oh,
Yeah.
that was another thing in the intermission. This is where Raphael is being like, "What do you think? We're just going city to city playing some like Barry Manilow trash?"
Yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like, what? All right. And then this is where Shredder is like, "Hey, look, I got this album of Barry Manilow." Fuck that. And
Yeah.
just like throws it into basically what it turns out that the deharmonizer is. What do you got line for line for me? Like from the start of it? Okay. All right. Shredder says, pointing to a kid in the audience, "Hey, what's your name?" Kid, "Peter." Shredder, "Is that your sister?" "Cousin." "Cousin? What's the matter? Couldn't get a date?" Right? This is also when the audience, because the audience, he hits that note, right? Like,
Yeah.
says that. And this is one of the only riffs where the whole audience is just like, oh,
Yeah.
damn, like World Star.
Yeah.
That happens. And is there more to that?
No, yeah, there is.
Yeah. Sorry, your screen went blank. So,
right here.
what? Okay.
God, they're so good. There's one where he looks at some people. He's like, "What are you cuddling? You think this is the drive-in movie theater?" And it's just like, what the fuck?
And he goes, Flo and Eddie, I hate these turtles as much as I hate the Ninja Turtles, right?
Yeah.
So he's making fun of the artist,
Yeah.
right? But even for me, I'm like, right over my head,
yeah.
right? And then he goes, does anyone want a New Kids on the Block, right? And then the girl screams, and then he's just like, I hear they're breaking up, and throws the album into kids are just right. But that's not even the best one. Actually, the best one, even though the most audience reaction was the other one, the best one is, "Hey kid, is that your mom?" and then he goes, "How would you like a one-way ticket to the Technodrome?" And I'm like, what?
Hey kid, that's your mom? I'm your stepdad now.
Also, he points out and he says like, "Hey, haven't I seen you in a milk carton?"
Yeah,
Like,
that
what are
shit's
you
hella
implying?
funny. That was my favorite one because it's like, "Hey kid, you look like you're missing." It's
I
just
will
like,
go missing.
God.
Hey, any of you kids' moms want a bone after this?
He's like, "Hey, any
He's
moms?"
like not even in character.
Yeah, no, that's what I say. He's like, "Hey, any moms out there dissatisfied with their sex life?" Anyway, yeah, I'll be backstage at the end of the show. I'll be in the green room. You want to meet up?
FYI, I'm still gonna be wearing the helmet.
Kid goes on, Daddy, Mom had sex with Shredder. It's like, sure he did, son. Sure he,
Yeah,
sure
right?
she did.
Yeah, Daddy'll never believe.
So Shredder has illegitimate children of this 40-city tour
Yeah.
that are coming out for paternity tests now.
Who
20
would've-
years later.
Who would have thought that the Coming Out of Our Shell tour established the Comedy Central roast format with standing
Okay.
up at the
Yeah.
podium
At the
and roasting
yeah.
people up there. And Jeff Ross is there too. He's one of the turtles.
Jeff Ross was Shredder.
Yeah.
This was his first gig.
Yeah.
And they're like, "I like the concept. We'll drop the Shredder part, but we'll just keep you doing it."
Joan Rivers is here.
You old bitch.
I'd still boner. I'm Jeff Ross.
I love when he did the corn roast. It looked like James Franco.
Honestly, I feel like even in this format, I don't want to rip on Jeff Ross because he's going to attack me and win.
Yeah. His regular stand-up's actually really
He's super
funny.
good. Yeah,
Him and Dave Attell have a special that's awesome.
Yeah. I've seen that. Now, so Shredder, he's writing. What did I write here? Shredder is writing them up and trying to control the kids at the same time. What?
You okay?
Yeah.
You smell toast?
No,
Toast?
stop the toast. I know you're going to do the toast thing again. He's trying to control them. I don't know what I was meaning there. I think writing probably got autocorrected to something. Ripping. Oh, he's ripping them up.
Oh, yeah.
And trying to control them. I don't know.
Who cares?
So, yeah. The records, he's shredding, cassette tapes.
Yeah.
Right? And that is going in. So the deharmonitizer is not a deharmonitizer at all. It's literally a wood chipper.
Yeah, which is hella funny, man.
Yeah.
Because he throws it in and then confetti sprays on the audience.
Yeah.
Right? And the kids are like, ah! Right? And I'm like, that was just music. You're supposed to be against this.
Oh, I love how he just, shoots out, shredded paper all over the kids, and they're like, yeah!
The kids have no concept of what they should like and what they shouldn't at this point.
Which is hella funny because they threw in that Barry Manilow joke, and the kids are probably like, yeah, fuck Barry Manilow!
They just go home and destroy their parents' Barry
Who told
Barry
you to do
Manilow
this?
record.
It's okay,
Their Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle tour.
their parents have been burning their Slayer records for years now, so...
So, Shredder, in order to push the...
Oh my god, he puts the shit in a shredder.
Oh no!
Yep. Shredder, in order to drive home the concept that he hates music, then sings a song called "I Hate Music."
No, it's not sing. He raps.
It's still music, sir.
It's like, there's
God.
no singing.
Hold for music.
I
What if he was just like, turn the fucking song off?
I hate music and you heard it first. I love it when the band doesn't rehearse. I hate music. I think it's the worst.
Well, when it's your song.
The gift of song.
read the Hockaloogie on a
It's
kid.
not curse. I hate music.
He's my favorite. So that's Shredder's rap about I hate music. It's very ironic.
God.
And then the Turtles are still nowhere to be seen, right?
They don't show back up for a long time.
Right?
And honestly, that's what every kid came to this show to see.
I mean, was
Right.
it,
Oh,
was
this
it
is
union guidelines
also-
that they had to take a 45? Or something?
I don't know. But also this is where that's where I was like, was that really an intermission or not? I don't know, right? But if not, this is how they gave the actors a break, I guess, is to have Shredder do all this stuff. But what's also interesting that we didn't mention is that the Turtles basically took Kip's camera.
Yes.
I still don't know why. They took his camera, right? And they cut over to Kip, and he's in the basement, right?
This is the best.
Somehow he got another camera, I guess,
Yeah.
right? And Shredder just straight up electrocutes him to death.
Fucking kills him.
But I like his faces that he's doing as he's getting electrocuted on the screen. He's just like,
The best part
But why?
But the best part about
I
Kip
don't
dying is he's actually legitimately dead. He doesn't come back.
He doesn't?
He's fucking dead.
It's not like at the end of the show he comes out of a corner like half singed or like, hey, I'm back.
This children's live show has a murder.
And this is how much the kids hated Kip that they didn't care.
They cheered when he's getting electrocuted.
Yeah.
There's kids like laughing in the audience. He's just fucking dead. We witnessed a murder, and they're like, "Yeah, whatever." Who even liked him?
So the Turtles record a video of themselves, but with the alternate version costumes, right? With Kip's camera. And I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know either.
It's almost as if they were like, oh shit, it's been 20 minutes and the kids haven't seen the Turtles.
Yeah.
So, because it's not like, oh, we need to record this video so that we like put on a ruse so Shredder thinks that we're actually not in the building or something, right?
Yeah, no,
It's just
they put on a video.
yeah.
Here we are, the Turtles, what you came for.
And so at this point, everything looks real dire for April and these two unknown like sanitary workers.
Yeah.
I don't know where they came from. I don't remember them getting captured in the in this.
They're the dancers, no?
There's some dancers. They're not
Probably.
all the dancers because all the dancers now are the Foot Clan.
Yeah.
Well, okay, yeah.
They're just there, and they're all like wrapped in like clear tubing.
Yeah, and April has like a robot tentacle attached to her that won't let her go too far. It's like a dog lead, like you put it on your dog so they can't run too far in
It's
the
a
yard.
child leash.
Yeah, it's a child leash.
And she proceeds to sing her own song
Oh God, damn it! I forgot about this song.
with the child leash on. Okay, so here we go. This one is just titled April's Ballad. It doesn't even because it should. Never mind. I'm just gonna go for it here.
Always the brave one. Nothing I would do would make me scared. No matter what, I'd go. I never cared. Here I am now, and I don't know if I can make it through.
There's that one guy in the balcony like,
You suck! What he'll do.
It's gonna be a no for me, dog.
Told me
nobody
you
hits the
can
button to turn their
count
chairs
on
around.
us. You can count on us.
Nick Cannon's like, oh damn!
He's in the wings, just like what?
to the end. I'll keep waiting, believing that my friends will soon be here.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bill and Ted.
Takes
Wild
away
Stallions.
my fear.
And I
To face myself as I've done all along. But I must stay strong.
how do I live without you?
What they told me.
The theme from Con Air. That's what they told me. Tagline. I'm sorry. I mean, every other song we pretty much haven't talked through, I was like, fuck this song.
This is pretty bad.
I
yeah.
am really now considering that there was probably alcohol served at this event. Yeah, full on.
Just for her.
just
Well,
like,
this is the weird
parents
part
were
is
probably slam drunk.
this is the weird part is that this is the part where like all kids are calm. Like you see a lot of kids like being embraced by their their parents again, and what?
Kids being embraced by their children.
Yeah, that's right. And there, this is another thing where it's like, come here, baby. Like,
Yeah.
we're going through this show together. We're gonna come out the other side, I swear.
Johnny, I know this sucks, but God, we paid. We have to stay.
Exactly. It's
They're
like
paying us to be here.
Yeah,
right?
at this point, it's both the parents and the children have to admit
Sure.
to themselves that, yeah, we both messed up. coming
Jesus
to this
Christ,
thing.
Mom, can we just go see Cats again?
And you're like, honey, I'm sorry. I told your dad 9 p.m. and we're stuck here without.
This
a ride.
isn't the Rockets.
Oh God.
So, yep, this is the other line against Barry Manilow. This is when Shredder says that after her ballad. And then I just wrote, have a nice weekend in New England?
Yeah.
What was that? Because I've lost it.
I don't know.
Chowder. I don't know. I really don't. That was.
Yeah.
Was
So
is that a song he sings or something?
Shredder says it.
No,
That's
but
all
I mean,
I know.
Like Barry Manilow, is he known for that? You know how like Tony
No.
Bennett-
This is if it was Barry Manilow, how I do my notes, just
Yeah.
like my obsessive thing. Like if it's within the same topic, it's on the same line,
Okay.
right?
I
think
Before
he
I
was-
hit a
was
space,
he
so
saying
it's a
it
different thing.
To April, like he was gonna ship her off to.
because I know, like Tony Bennett has that song, like "I Left My Heart in San Francisco." So I was just thinking. It was
No,
Barry.
don't. You're focusing on Barry Manilow. We're past that. It's fine. It's something else, but I've lost it. I was hoping you guys would help on that one.
No, it's dumb.
And I watched this morning and I've forgotten.
Me too.
Me too.
So then Shredder takes April's voice,
Yeah.
which I'm like, that's not music. I don't understand the limitations of power. Like, I don't see his scope. He's like, I'm going to take away the voice. And then he proceeds to take away the music in the world.
Which leads to my favorite segment of people being like, "Where's the damn music?" And my favorite guy, this fucking nerd.
The elevator guy?
The elevator guy.
Elevator
He's like,
guy.
"We are supposed to provide people with music, and how are we going to do that in our elevators if there's no music?"
Yeah,
And
he's like, I used to play Pollyanna Doodle all the day.
Yeah.
Right? And you're
God.
like, what the hell? And
It's
then
like-
there's another one like that is like, the birds just stopped chirping.
Yeah.
I was like, what is happening?
Is this like a situation of like the Thanos snap where there's some benefits
Yeah,
to
yeah,
it? It's like,
yeah.
oh, you mean I don't have to listen to elevator music anymore? Let's start a subreddit. Shredder did nothing wrong.
Who's the true villain here?
Millie Vanilli's just like Millie's embracing Vanilli, like, I don't want to die, I don't want to go.
I don't feel good, Mr. Vanilli.
Oh man.
He did it. He said he was going to do it, and he did it.
And I just love when the Turtles finally show back up and April's trying to pantomime to them like, I don't have a voice. Like, this isn't time for charades. It's like, You idiots! You imbeciles!
It's like literally the only female member of this whole cast, and she got shut up.
Yeah. And then Baxter has a line finally for the first time, and he's just like, right? And you're like, where'd this guy come from? And then never is seen from again for the rest of the thing.
Thank God.
And then this is where the turtles show back up
Yeah, finally.
with Master Splinter, and they're all wearing invisibility bandoliers.
Yes.
To create their own individual force field, which they can't cross or something, like crossing the beams or something.
If they touch each other,
yeah,
it basically you disturb the invisibility like it's the Predator. I don't know.
Yeah.
Basically, okay, this doesn't make any goddamn sense.
I think it's just another message towards abstinence. Don't.
Oh my God! This is a pro-abstinence show.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so they're all wearing like white, like cross, like they look like the bandoliers that Michael Jackson wore on that one tour where he was wearing like basically a drum, major uniform, but it was like a white X in front of that. They're wearing that, and it has like LEDs blinking up the side.
Yeah.
Right? And they're all wearing these, and they're saying like, if we wear these, then Shredder can't see us, and we can literally see what's going on in here. Right? And you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Right? Literally, your one and only thing, it's in your title, is to be a ninja.
Yeah.
And you're like, nah, I'd rather just walk around and wear invisibility cloaks.
And I just love that there's no explanation for why the kids can see them. It's just like, nah, it's only Master Splinter can't see us.
Well,
with
yeah,
these
that's
on.
what they say too, and they're like, we need you kids to be quiet about this shit.
Hey, kids, shut the fuck up.
Well, that happens later too.
Yeah, that's right.
And then April comes out and immediately sees them, like breaks this entire thing that they put together where they're like, guys! And they're like, hey, what's up? Right? And then this is also a part where Donatello's bandolier has fallen off halfway.
Yeah.
And nobody, like, any kid who's like you were saying, being like, this isn't real, be like, your shit's off! Like, I can see you! Like, it doesn't make any sense why this is in here. I mean, at this point, we shouldn't be complaining, but like, come on, if you're gonna do us dirty like this and destroy our characters.
But even more of why it doesn't make sense, what was the plug associated with it? What did they make them out of? They said,
just sashes they found in the basement.
No, Donatello specifically says, I changed the blah, 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 like
Tech
tech talk.
Yeah, tech talk, jumbo,
and then he
jumbo.
says, from the magnetic strip behind our American Express card. Don't leave home without it.
Oh.
It was all for a shitty joke that then Batman and Robin would do 10 years later.
Yeah.
Somehow better?
Yeah.
Unlimited.
God.
And then, it was expiration date forever. Come on, dude. If you're gonna quote something shitty, quote it good.
All right.
Shout out to Joel Schumacher.
I deeply apologize.
He did apologize.
Yeah. So, this is also where they're making April do charades to try to figure out what she's saying. And
she's
one
down
of the
on her knees around them.
Yeah. One of the guesses is Boston Strangler.
That's a good one.
And I was like, where are we? We murdered a man and we're guessing Boston Stranglers. What are their...
Cleveland Steamer.
Choke my chicken.
Alaska Pipeline.
Because she's basically saying, like, I can't talk. My voice is gone,
he's
right?
like Boston Strangler.
Deep throat, bro.
I mean, seriously, why would they bring that up? I mean, that was a guy who strangled 13 women in Boston during the 1960s.
Because it's funny.
That one guy in the pedophile row E, he's just like,
he's like, they're like, Boston Strangler. Silence, that guy all the way front there.
Aha.
I got the reference.
Boston Strangler. Yep.
It's me.
Oh, but like you said, when they made that quip about the Cubs, does this play when they do their Boston show?
So why are they trying this all out in New York then? If that's your guess.
No, but I'm just saying, do they change them? You know what I'm saying?
The Zodiac Killer.
It's another famous serial killer that I can say that's not
BTK.
Oh man.
Bundy, right? You kids are gonna grow up being so obsessed with how handsome he is.
Yeah, right. Oh no.
Yeah, that's why kids are obsessed with. Like we grew up to be obsessed because they threw it in the show.
Yeah, that was weird, dude. Boston Strangler. What the?
But it gets weirder because here comes the worst song. No treaties. Do you concur?
Forgot about this one.
Do you concur that this might be the weirdest, strangest, and worst song of them all?
Hit me with it.
No treaties.
I need a refresher.
Okay.
He walks in the door and out go the lights. He says it's all over and he reads us our rights. He hears the sound rocking, he can feel the beats. He sees bodies moving, but he can't stop the beat. No. No treaties after the war. He thinks he
I'm
can
just gonna let it go for a
stop
second.
it, bring it all to an end. But it's in that we'll break, 'cause we'll never bend. The music is moving, so get up and dance. Yeah.
Sounds like Queen.
I was just gonna say this is a Queen ripoff.
Four rockin' brothers, and they're taking a stance. Together we're ready to fight and defend. Yeah, yeah. Do what we have to, and we'll find a way. We'll find a way. Make the music and do it today. No treaties after the war. We'll need to something that can be turned down. No treaties after the war. The whole world is rocking to a powerful sound. No treaties. No treaties. No treaties after the war. Take that shit.
Did he say take that shit? I am aware of that song. I forgot about that one. It has actually cultural significance. It actually inspired our tactic in the war on terror.
I feel like this whole
No negotiations with
Like-
terrorists.
I feel like this whole show indoctrinated the future, people
What
in
was
politics.
this? Because it doesn't apply to their battle with Shredder that they're about to have. It doesn't apply to shit.
I know. We missed the next course that says, "Drone strike the children in the war."
It's like he caught us, came in the dark, he caught us in the act, he read us our rights, but we wouldn't attack. I'm like, it's like, what are you saying there?
And save Africa from AIDS.
Yeah, God, what the hell, man?
Who's reading your rights? The cops? We're
I
singing-
don't
we're
know.
singing
And what
against the
war?
cops.
What war?
The war is over, and we will
No
not
treaty after the war. They're gonna fucking kill Shredder.
This is like a no prisoners, take no prisoners.
Shredder's wanted for war crimes.
You know, right now there's a team of Navy SEALs about to infiltrate an ISIS building, and in their Humvee they're listening to this song. So dude's just getting so pumped on it. He's like,
No treaties. He's got
after
that-
the war. He's like,
No. See, the company's tattoo is no treaties after the war.
It's a
they got an
Teenage
attack.
Mutant Ninja Turtle with a rifle.
Well, that was the original merch T-shirts that they sold.
Yeah. No treaties.
Stab Shredder on the ground. No treaties after the war. He's beheaded.
So this is also, you didn't hear it in this version, right? But because these are actually the studio recordings, other than the I Hate Music that I had to find. It is that when the No Treaties starts, I don't know what they did in the sound booth, but whoever is singing the lead, right, has the shredder modulation on there for like the first like part of that verse.
That's hella funny.
Yeah. And then somebody's like, oh shit, oh god damn it. Right? So I'm also like, all right, so that modulation is pumped like into the mains,
Yeah.
I guess, right? And so like the voiceovers and stuff goes through the mains and that filter gets applied for when Shredder needs to talk.
Yeah.
So somebody's like, oh god, I forgot to turn the filter off. That's why I said I felt like this felt like a dry run at all times. And
Definitely felt like a dry rub.
this is also when Donatello's invisible shield fell off. All right. And then I also was like, is it a shield or a cloak? Because they're calling it both. And then this is where they're like, hey, kids, shh, everybody shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they're like, we need you to be super quiet.
Listen, I know we just blew the roof off with this Queen ripoff, but shut the fuck up.
Right. That was all while we were invisible.
Yeah. Sound doesn't carry when you're invisible.
Yeah. And then they're like, shh, right? And immediately when they're like, everybody just, we're going to get the surprise on them, right? And then within the next sentence, they're like, all right, everybody, like, say it with me. And they start doing the follow your heart chant.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And I'm like, everybody has to be so goddamn confused right now because you just told them to shut up. And then they're like, come on. And they're like, clap. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. Right? And the kids are like, what?
Listen, first you told us the doors were locked and then we needed to get out. And now you're telling us to be quiet but also chant. Honestly, I just want to go home.
Oh, wait. No. Hold on. Follow Your Heart is a song. I'm talking about the Fight to Be Free chant.
Oh, yeah.
So Follow Your Heart is this song that actually happens after that. And I don't understand why that happens.
Follow your heart. Follow your heart, guys. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. Follow your heart.
You can like hear kids being like, I don't give a shit.
When the lights go out and your head goes down, you're feeling all alone. When it seems like every way that you turn, there are faces made of stone. It's the time
That's
to
the
keep
stone creatures from the
believing
other dimension.
in what you've always
It's getting so
known.
foreboding.
I said it's time to keep believing in what you've always known.
Which is what?
Follow your heart.
I smell your shark.
Follow your heart. Follow your heart.
All right, we're good.
All right, I'm going to have to say that's the worst song.
Okay, you might be right.
That is awful.
Because
It's pretty sappy.
the first time I listened to the one before, I didn't catch the Queen, right?
Yeah.
Because we're actually getting like studio quality now too. Like we were watching the VHS.
Yeah.
So yeah, this one's pretty goddamn awful.
This one's terrible.
Hey, right? Kids aren't even paying attention at this point.
This is when they're going to the bathroom.
Yeah, and then they do the Fight to Be Free chant, right? And then that's when they told them to quiet down, and now you want to get them hyped and clapping at the same time. Mikey at this point is getting kids to sing and not wearing their invisible cloak, and Shredder is right there, and he's not acknowledging them.
No.
Right? They just did away with the invisible cloak.
Yeah, like, whatever.
And then they have a fight, and this is where they're just throwing more references out.
Yeah.
Right? And that's when they do the Almond Joy reference.
Yeah, that one's weird.
And this is where they do a Star Wars reference where they quote, they say, "Don't tell me," they're talking to Shredder, "don't tell me you're my father." He goes, "Well, how's this for the Force?" And just kicks him in the face.
Just fucks him.
But but these, once again, not a good fight.
No.
Right? And then they save the day. I don't know how do they stop? Like, how do they take care of Shredder?
Honest to God, I can't remember.
I don't either.
No, what ends up happening is that they take the same kind of choreographed stance across the stage. Shredder becomes a pinball that bounces off all of them, and he's just like almost waddling around drunk or like he's semi-unconscious, and that's apparently their fight scene. And he's just getting smacked around.
God.
I don't know where Baxter is at this point.
He's gone.
He's dead. He's a fly now.
Yeah. And then they save the day, and April decides to keep playing charades.
Yeah.
Even though...
Yeah.
And she's like, haha, I was playing. My voice is back.
And they're like, yeah, we don't give a shit. We knew.
But also, like, they didn't do anything to give her voice back. Like, nobody did anything to... Am I wrong? They didn't.
She explained it. She said, "My voice came back once the modulator thing broke."
It broke on its own, though, right?
Yeah.
So the Turtles actually didn't break it.
It was like the power of love or whatever.
Oh,
the
dude,
hell.
it's just like Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark. He literally has no say in anything that happens in it. The events just play out. His machine was just gonna break eventually.
Right? So the show ends with a lackluster performance known as "Fight to Be Free."
Yeah, but is this before or after Shredder conveniently jumped into his escape pod, which is a light cube?
Oh, that's right. And then he shows
that's
up.
how he that's right.
And he
Thank
shows
you.
up on the TV, and he's like, "I'll see you again."
And again, the WWF, kind of vibe that I got from there. Like, next time I'll make it. And then Brother Love comes out and says, we'll be back.
Yep.
And then he's thrown 20 feet from the top of the Hell in the Cell through the Spanish announcer's table.
Oh, no!
Yeah, this song is just boring.
Yeah.
It's not a good way to end your
show. Yeah, you want to end on like a triumphant
Like, I thought it was going to be a culminating thing. At least it was a terrible show. It's going to be like one big number or some light show or some, whatever effects they had to do for the stage for that. Or even April was going to get another shot at singing, but it was just like, well, thank goodness that's out of the way. Let's rock out some more with some generic tunes that you'll forget by the time you drive home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Some kid in the audience like, well, let's buy the CD. She's like, God, fuck, no.
Here you go.
You feel like you're falling. You can count on us.
Yeah, parents are already heading to the parking structure to avoid the traffic.
You can count on us.
To the parking structure.
Wherever you are,
Shredder. She dropped the drumstick.
Shredder just spins around in a circle.
Yeah.
Vomits in his helmet.
Splinter, bro. You call him Shredder.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, Splinter.
Oh, Splinter.
As a kid.
Put that kid down.
That was weird. Yeah. Donatello brings a kid on stage, and then somebody,
I think the
a
roadie.
parent, is immediately like, no.
fight's begun. Ain't gonna stop until the fun's done. We gotta let the music be.
Oh, yeah. That's another thing I wanted to mention is there are many times in this where whoever is on the mobile cam is either drunk or bored.
Yeah, they're like, I'm just gonna try this angle.
He is
This one right here. It's like rotating back and forth. Like
the angle that they just cut to there was upside down.
Yeah.
Of a kid.
Yeah. God damn it.
Yeah. That's That's coming out of their shells.
God damn it.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
Right at the end, a rainbow flag does drop down, though, to let everyone
But
know.
to be free. We're sorry about Walk Straight.
Yeah, Please don't dig up our old tweets.
What's What's weird about this show as a title is that it's coming out of their shells, right? But the song that they sing is coming out of our shells.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weird.
Shut up.
God.
I got nothing else.
No.
That's it. I got no more songs. I promise. That's it. That's
So
it.
here's the thing.
Yeah.
This show ends, and this is the premiere kick-off show to a 40-city tour.
Yeah.
Of
You ready?
this.
Oh, I can skip to the credits here, so you can
Okay.
read the.
Okay, let's look at where all the production assistants.
Yeah, mobile production
Legal
offices,
counsel.
performers.
Assisted by
Yeah.
Sherrie Scott is April O'Neil.
We'll get there. Look, that was like 6 foot clanners, and what is swing?
It's like if someone who can
So
do
understudy?
multiple someone who does multiple roles a swing.
Okay. This had 2 directors, by the way.
Oh, the pizza guys can make a comeback.
Well, this is all just highlight footage of things you already saw, right?
No, I think this is still the final number.
No,
isn't
this
it?
is just reshots. Because they left and you can see people like getting out of their chairs and like that's the end. And then these credits roll and it's just like highlight stuff, right? So we got to be getting there soon of this footage.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
Everyone got a freaking credit, man.
Everybody got a credit. Yeah. But the point that we're going to make here is that like listen to these cities and like does it make sense to you like from a tour standpoint of whoever planned this out? I'm going to tell you this straight up. Here it goes. New York City, Milwaukee, Detroit, Chicago, St. Louis, Nashville, Wichita, Denver, Universal City, California, San Diego, Phoenix, Arizona, St. Petersburg, Florida, Miami, Florida, Philadelphia, Fairfax, Virginia, Baltimore, Boston, Springfield, Memphis, Louis, you get
New
the idea.
Orleans, Atlanta, Orlando, Birmingham, Houston, Dallas, Reno, San Francisco, Seattle, Portland, Salt Lake City, Las Vegas, Minneapolis, Dayton, Cleveland, Columbus,
Ohio,
Pittsburgh,
Toronto, Canada, Montreal,
Uniondale,
Queensdale,
East
and
Rutherford. So we went. It does
in-
kind of make sense.
It's
2 circles around like this.
Is it? Because
Yeah.
what it feels like to me is like when you're trying to piece together a crime on the wall and there's like string everywhere.
Oh yeah, no, it's it was like this. It's like it's kind of like this oblong shape going from the northeast to the south Midwest to the
Okay.
West Coast, back down to the the west, over to like the south again, up, back up, and then basically repeats that same thing.
Okay.
It's really funny that they like straight up go back to some almost the same cities.
Well, I think what we're not mentioning is the actual dates were above every one of those cities.
Yeah.
And I think if you looked at the dates, if we were to go back, I think it's over the course of like a year and a half.
It is. That's how long a tour typically is.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they came back.
Yeah. So it's like if you can't catch us now, you can. If you didn't catch us in, I don't know, whatever part of Pennsylvania they were going to be in, we're going to be in Philly next year.
Well, yeah, because in California
But
they had
some of them are the same city.
they had Universal
Yeah.
Studios, and then they had San Diego, but then they had San Francisco.
Right?
Yeah, at the Cow Palace.
So, are you ready for the shocker of it all? Of everything that we just went through?
There's more.
Yeah, there's more. Okay? So, get ready. On June 30th, 1990, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles appeared in the New York street section of Disney MGM Studios theme park in Orlando.
That's right. I was like, there was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle show at the parks.
Yes.
Emerging from their turtle party wagon, they would, quote, ninja dance across the stage while April performed the theme song to the show. After the main show was done, they posed for pictures and signed autographs. The Turtles also made appearances in Disney's Very Merry Christmas Parade to sing their own rendition of Santa Claus is Coming to Town. They also appeared during the Easter Parade, dancing to their single, Pizza Power,
Oh no.
the Turtles' live shows and appearances ceased production in 1996. This went on for 6 years.
Hell yeah.
And Disney got involved.
Yes.
Well, because Disney snatched up the theme park rights for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And
did nothing with them.
Well, MGM had, or Hollywood Studios, whatever you want to call it, had a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle show. It also had a Power Rangers show. So they just like snapped up these like things that kids liked and just went with it, basically.
And during these 6 years, they simultaneously authorized another tour, which gets scaled down. It's getting down in your town. And what ends up happening with them is that it's not the big production number that they had in the first tour. It's mostly just fairs, county fairs, amusement parks, even malls.
You always know like a band is doing really poorly when they're on the county fair circuit. Smash Mouth is always at the fair back home. Always.
Basically what ended up happening is that the only two villains in the show became Baxter, Shredder. All the Foot Clan soldiers were gone, and they even had to cut the alligators and the tiki.
Oh, well,
skirts.
thank God.
But instead, they made Donatello and Michelangelo put on the grass skirts and dance during that number.
Hey, that's more fun.
That's not walking straight.
I'm assuming that was a big hit, Walking Straight.
Margaret, this just ain't doing it for me.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, and they replaced Sherie Scott, who played the original April O'Neil in the second round.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen.
Oh, fuck.
You know what we do. You know how we finish this. I am exhausted, but
It's a long one.
Was
fun.
Yes,
Yeah.
but almost less enjoyable than Vice Squad.
It kind of hit home at...
Wow.
It kind of hit home at, wow, man, my childhood sucked. You know?
Yeah. I want to get to the bottom of, apparently there was a He-Man one.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Masters of the Universe running around.
Uh-huh. So I'm interested in that one. I think that one was a stage show at a theme park, maybe even.
Maybe.
I know that there's a
Conan
Star Trek one.
I know the Conan one at Universal. I saw that one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff like that. And you know what? The only one I've ever liked was the Bill and Ted jokey one.
From Universal,
Yeah, that one was a lot of fun.
I had a lot of, growing up with a Paramount Park near me, I had a lot of, like, Nickelodeon characters and Hanna-Barbera shows and stuff like that.
I would be down to review Beetlejuice's Graveyard Review.
Ooh.
Because I can't imagine that was very good either.
I heard it was really good.
Really?
It's a huge fan favorite, man.
Wow.
Yeah, you should watch
shut
it
the fuck up about Beetlejuice.
Yeah, watch it on Defunctland. They have a whole segment on it.
Yeah.
Well, I know what you're alluding to.
Yep.
And I'm just going to give this a big old Jaws the Revenge.
I'm going Cruel Jaws.
Oh, Cruel Jaws. I forgot. Damn.
Yeah, you guys want to do Cruel Jaws next month?
Yes.
Let's just figure it out. Because apparently Cruel Jaws is, I actually did some research since we last talked about this. Cruel Jaws is an Italian Jaws ripoff.
Oh, hell yeah.
That literally in certain countries was titled Jaws 5.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Cruel Jaws. Cruel Jaws, you son of a bitch!
It's me, Cruel Jaws. I killed your fucking family. You broke my heart, Cruel Jaws.
Jaws is the BTK killer!
Cruel Jaws, like, starts making out with Selma Blair.
He starts, I want to play a game. Why Cruel Jaws? Because I have dementia.
Cruel Jaws.
No.
Yeah, let's save our Cruel Jaws jokes. Yeah, I'm going Cruel Jaws, man. One, it wasn't a movie. We technically cheated, right? It was on VHS. It was an hour and a half. It was pay-per-view, and I wanted to do something special.
It was a filmed live event.
Yeah. But it had a plot, so I figured let's go for it.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Gotta keep it straight. That's what I got out of this.
What do you got?
Yeah, I'll go Cruel Jaws.
Cruel Jaws.
It was pretty bad.
Cruel Jaws.
Like
Across the board,
I
man.
did the same thing as Tyler here. The last 10 minutes I couldn't do it. When I started seeing the trail, all the credits at the end, I was, oh, it's gonna end.
Yeah, I was
Yes!
like, is there anything I need to see in the credits? I skipped to the credits, and I was like, nope. Okay, cool.
Nope.
So that's how we felt. But there's still a person we haven't heard from. And this is how we ask it. Tyler, what did Carly think?
She was like, how do I explain this? Like scared. She was just like very uncomfortable with the, I don't know, the costumes and the way it looked, because she grew up going to like Disney on Ice.
Yeah.
Which obviously Disney like has more money and a better production, but
Sure.
like, damn, dude. People put this out. She was confused as to how people actually put this out in front of people and thought, yeah, this looks good. It's just like, people will like this. Yeah, she, the music sucks. She kept leaving during the music numbers because she was just like, I can't do this. So,
yeah. And it's also one of those things where you kind of just, and I think that's what everybody probably wanted from it, is like, we don't want a music show. We want
no, you want like a stunt
choreography,
spectacular.
yeah, right? Which is, I am down to go see the Marvel one.
Oh, it's fun. When
Yeah.
it comes around, let me know.
Okay.
I'll talk to my friends.
Done.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I just feel
It's
that
hella fun.
it's like
Yeah.
the thing about it is it wasn't a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at the time, wasn't a marketable property. It was, but at this point,
Totally was, dude.
At this point, it's like your version of Hulk Hogan when he opened up those spaghetti restaurants. Like, what did that guy know about pasta? What did the Turtles know about concert singing events?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like when Ray Lewis opened a barbecue joint back home. Or
The football player?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or Magic Johnson owns all
Sodexo.
Sodexo.
Sodexo, yeah.
Not quite sure how that's going. Yeah.
Are you ready for magic?
This man will be alive for longer than he has possible.
It shows you if you have money, you can live.
Oh, man. So, yeah, that's that. But there's still one thing we have to do. We have to hear from the fans on the internet. And this is where we ask them, give me 5. So, the reviews for this one are few and far between.
Nobody liked it.
Yeah. But, so we had to kind of go with a 1 star instead of,
Dang.
right?
Like, we're indifferent to this. This made this guy pissed. It's like, this made this guy really mad.
Right?
Trash.
So, wait. The I don't think so one or
Yes.
the Richard Simmons one?
I don't think so.
Okay. So, this one is by Anthony Rigoni in April of 2013, titled, I Don't Think So. I'm gonna do it real angry. Words can't describe how terrible TMNT Coming Out of Their Shells tour is. I mean, it's so terrible, it makes TMNT 3 look like The Shining. Why would this be boiled in hot water? Oh, no. What? Why should this be boiled in hot water like turtle soup? You'll see.
Damn.
First, the costume design. Is it me, or are the costumes done by the same retarded chimps who did the Garbage Pail Kids costumes for the Garbage Pail Kids movie? Pretty much. The costume design is so terrible, it makes a Chuck E. Cheese animatronic show look realistic. Second, these so-called people behind the concert, they keep shooting their mouths off about how the TMNT will pummel AC/DC and Madonna out of the record labels. Well, judging by how terrible the performances are, I'd say that TMNT are equally as bad as Justin Bieber. Yes, I went there, and I'm not going back. Third, the musical numbers. How bad can the TMNT sing? Really bad. How abysmal is the dance choreography? Highly abysmal. What about the random kid who shows up out of nowhere during one of the numbers? I don't remember that.
I don't know. You must have seen a different version.
I'm surprised security wasn't called during the incident. Finally, the acting. It's shit. Pure, barfed up, roadkill, diarrhea shit. It's like the actors in their costumes weren't even doing their best.
That's what he's upset about is the effort that was put in.
There's no effort.
Like I said earlier, words cannot describe how terrible TMNT is. How terrible TMNT coming out of their shells tour is. If you were a fan of TMNT, don't even think about looking for the VHS copy of the making of the TMNT concert on eBay. Avoid it like the avian flu. 1 star.
Wow.
This guy, what I love about this, right? He drops a couple things in here, right? Talks about the Garbage Pail Kids. Talks about being a fan of the thing.
I like he says, it's worse than the Garbage Pail Kids costumes from the Garbage Pail Kids movie.
I hate the costumes on the cards.
He's a Shining fan.
Yes, which is a weird, like, it makes it look like The Shining, like you couldn't say, like, Citizen Kane. But anyway, he drops a couple things that hint to something that I love. He says the Garbage Pail Kids. He says if you're a fan of TMNT. This was in 2013. This motherfucker is in his 30s. And he is pissed about this tour in 2013.
Yeah.
23 years later.
He bought, I think, this is my theory, he bought this because he's a collector of TMNT stuff.
Yeah,
and he
probably,
watched it, and he was like, God damn it! Yeah, that guy was fucking pissed.
He outbid somebody on eBay, and then he's like, damn it.
I wanna read this other 1 star, because this guy doubles down on what he says, and it just makes him seem worse. And I'd just like to expose this guy. By Gangster Octopus.
Uh-oh.
This is another 1 star. Titled, ... then Richard Simmons at a Judy Garland film festival.
What?
Okay. Sorry, no offense to all those TMNT fans out there and the kids who were 5 when they first saw this, but this has got to be one of the gayest children programs I have ever seen.
Oh, shit.
That's your ... Basically gayer than Richard Simmons at a Judy Garland film festival, right? Right up there with Creating Rem Lazar and Sigmund and the Sea Monsters. Guys, write that down. We're going to do that. And please, before anyone gets offended, let me clarify that I'm not using the term gay here the way Eminem does. That is that is meaning lame, stupid, uncool, etc. In other words, not in the derogatory, homophobic 8th grader slur of choice sense.
I just literally mean gay.
It's homosexual tendency.
He says, no, I mean gay, as in filled with homoerotic imagery. Watch how many shots there are in the opening crew setting up montage of muscular roadies and arms and backs. Dance routines so effeminate and mincing that they make George Balancine look like Gene Kelly. A villain whose references show tunes and more bulging codpieces than a Chippendales show. Not that there's anything wrong with that. 1 star.
This guy
is gay.
He's angry gay.
But he's like a self-hating gay. He doesn't know it yet, but he is. He's like he's so mad that it's slightly gay.
I mean, I did notice that some of the roadies had like tank tops on, but I didn't think that was something that you
I'm
would have
so
said.
pissed that while watching this, I had to jerk off.
I got a raging erection.
Yeah. So that is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles coming out of their Shells tour. Wow. I don't know if I can recommend it.
No.
But no, you know what?
I recommend
Clips.
Clips.
It's another, watch some clips. You can get the idea. This is fully available if you just want to dive right in on our YouTube. Go ahead and watch it. I wouldn't discourage you in that.
Yeah.
But, oh, wow. I mean,
damn.
Yeah, it's rough. So, yeah, everybody's saying no recommendation.
Absolutely not.
Listen to a couple of the songs.
Yeah.
Because some of them are pretty fun, but...
Just play him skipping stones.
Scared stones. But, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't.
No, just fuck it.
Yeah. So that just about does it for us. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining us. 100 episodes. Thank you for tuning in thus far. We've got some amazing things coming up on the horizon. Some movies that we definitely want to lock in. The Running Man is coming up in May for a live show. That's for sure. And some other things I can't quite confirm. We're trying to, some things that I definitely want to throw out there and gauge people's interest in is that, AGFA is trying to, throw a movie called Blood Lake our way. And I'm very interested in that. Apparently that would be the premiere of it.
Oh.
Right? And it's like a 1987 shitty horror movie filmed on VHS. Filmed on VHS. Yeah.
Wow.
So that might be in the future. Same thing. Hard Ticket to Hawaii is getting a 4K restoration in August. These are the kind of things that we want to bring out to people, but we've got to get more people out there. So share this episode, share our content with the world. Let them know that we exist and that they should be listening to us. Okay?
Yeah.
So that we can just do more shows. We can do more activities, things that people want to do, people want to see. There are some ideas that I have in my back pocket, such as doing actual showing VHS on a big screen. Things like that as a double feature. You pay for one ticket price, you get two shitty VHS quality type movies, but there are a lot of really bad and really fun, and these are the kind of things we want to do, but we can't do it without your support. Share and help us in any way you possibly can. There's still always t-shirts available that you can buy at our website, tpublic.com/stores/bombs-away-show. There's so many t-shirts up there, including our #1 seller, kid stuff. It's up to 20 sales, so I'm just shocked.
Wow.
God.
And if you don't know what kids stuff is, do yourself a favor. And once you're done with this episode, go home and put it into your queue list and then just immediately watch Abandoned in Plain Sight. Do yourself a favor. And then you'll understand what kids stuff is and you'll go out and probably purchase the t-shirt. Support us with that. Showgirls t-shirts, all sorts of things. Please make sure that you go to the TeePublic website and buy a t-shirt. It really helps us out.
Hell yeah.
Other than that, rate, review, subscribe on iTunes and on our Facebook page. And our Facebook page, Instagram, and Twitter are all at Bombs Away Show. And if there is a certain platform that you feel that we should be on that we're not, minus SoundCloud, because fuck that platform. They're awful.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think we've covered all our bases. But if you're like, hey, I heard you because somebody shared, this episode via this site, but that's not where I normally go, and where I normally go, you're not. Let us know, because I noticed that we did have a gap here and there. But if there's some main ones, so if you're listening to this not on your thing of choice, always know that we are available on Apple, Google Play, Spotify, and YouTube. You can find us on the main ones. And then other than that, most other podcast apps, we are there. And so just subscribe on wherever you are and tell your friends about us. Gentlemen, did I forget anything?
Nope.
No? Okay.
You forgot to fight for freedom.
Damn.
No
Well,
treaties after war.
No treaties after the war.
No treaties.
Yep. So I'm Jonathan,
I'm Vicente.
I'm Tyler.
and hey kid, is that your mom?
I'm your stepdad now. Stepdad shred.
This has been a production of Big Bulb Entertainment, executive produced by Jonathan Young. For more media and information, visit us at www.bigbulbentertainment.com. Big Bulb, what's your bright idea?